Nits 100.9 FM so any na enne eye fiada sanabu sume na yewura mu ni de tosu mienu afi empinu aduonu enan na me manti dwumadie ne de bremu na dwumadie de bremu me amidi ho kye me fra me ADAKABRI ma mudu osioma na me manti dwumadie co-character watimanimu eye ohima akuya afriye na fei ya san soso ahwe se production no ni nyina panyini kwadwo damiado ne naso ana esie ably supported by Marjorie Osei Ajman ana ohima akuya afriye enu akire no na yede asedan soso ade ama technical production ano soso no abna frema abankro wane pescoba nana yaw safo a streaming on all social media handles ansa ena yaba ne yede asedan soso ade ama engineering team achu agbo Walker, but yako na jare na nabuaje na ada sankroma yasane mrane se sempro afei yede aseda soso ede abre eye facilities team no and so big solo and a dada and a Godfred the friend Ubrana and a yaw and a Sami DJ Bosco, Mapina, Nafeno, Milson so yasan mrane se tai na yehunu baby ade fufu ebekwa akobo ene ensamo a eda ho tiawa se demokrata ni mu nsem pampen no yebetim na de namuo no ye bie phone line no ahead na yesua yadwene ansa na yafre eye interview no nso so ade aba enti edien ene bema wabie phone line say yesua adwene si bibia ba yefre no ajapade GBK fwe GBK fwe ejapade hwan ena etintim ye na otintim ema hwan ejapade book yo otintim ema hwan na babia pompon so ayadure nipa wotintim ya ne yahwehwe no anase ensem ewomuo na yehwe eno so ehon nsem ebeba ebedi kan bie phone la nansa na interview no aba beto aso na eye global info analytics omo so omo the Ashanti region tracking poll 43 pages Musa Dankwa obaba be chire yemu ansa ena akoye se corruption ena yede tagi abanya watisue ena eye nokurenti na abani hunu anu yie anase enye nokura na anu na omu hunu yie ena ama asteke Samuel Oku Jeto Ablakwa were extraordinary MP ana oye an ordinary MP enipa 275 fatim rashebedwemu no sanka wo bia se die Samuel Oku Jeto Ablakwa oye no oye mu 50% mpo a enti nka Ghana ya yebeduru hene ensem ni nyina beba Musa rankwa so beba ne de enti ni nyina yeguso a ye toto bomodia na mafidie no enna neat 100.9 FM na yenye bre na Democrat na ni nsam no na ye ba behwe se de esi etie enti yenhwen Democrat edikan no daily guide akwantrefo no was Ghana's favorite news paper na no na wadi abo animu ambulance dealers rubbish Ablakwa claims Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa eno obeka say ye the ambulance abana Ghana ha ambulance kro ya ye pen spare parts na nipa ye de aye contract man so fa spare parts mra no ne yi anane kanchuma no ne papa ena edi yeso ambulance dealers rubbish Ablakwa claims na no ena company ye de contract ne mo no omso be kire se de Okujeto Ablakwa e ka no anya no kore Nana shoots down a Japadier propaganda. President of the Republic, Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Was in the dia na yan kan fa me ho. Kan ya kan cocaine some kan ya si achire me London, kan ya si achire me New York, kan ya se mayese enne a Japadier na eduru so. Na eye fake. Nana all kind of say. Entrepreneurship should be compulsory in schools. Dr. Stephen Amwa, Stika, the chairman, Joe Cat, and we free moving. Na Dr. Stephen Amwa say one kasabe you were human abetu to anuanya a great year papa biako aquamono. I was sent kwala school bremuano na yama and kwadana suya. Said ye see yeden running yankasi business. Akufo-Addo commissions GNPC Energy House, Ghana National Petroleum, Wamu akosi operational headquarters. Ewo eye takrade. Neno enoma tudini Energy House. Ghana mampanyini wako akwako biye. Election 2024. EC opens nominations September 9. Inti asama eda hono no. Se ebobo sumi a etua eye sanabu sumi so no. Ne da to so nkono. Ena ani aso be di president ya. Wo se ode nwoma ede kro. Usu be di MP a. Wo se ode nwoma ede kro. The daily guide enimu stories saying 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh. Baby ansamba baby adebia nyame mfa wonsie. Da wenka headline ba ko pe na nka yebufa so. Daily guide enimu no aye clatted dodo. Republic Press and eka saying Akufo-Addo rejects a Japadier. President of the Republic Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo o say a Japadier book aye kan e fake. Sa ne kan say eye mia me yire mfinhia se duonu na ye wo mu yi da bi o mfinhia duasa na sisi aben mfinhia duasa elina eye nkansa dwamena yase me na mekun no ni nyina ye kato me so ye we nya de nwanwa bia na asan aba. The Custodian newspaper say government to start district housing projects soon. Kwadwo upon Nkrumah Vincent, Works and Housing Minister, or say abane be shasie na mensni bie mu no yenya housing project wo ho. Council houses. Na council houses yemfa mema nipa eti honom. Asam papa and Kwadwo upon Nkrumah ususu no the Daily Searchlight incorrigible ko kanta anu adi abomu no osi Jinapo Ablakwa clash on Lands Commission data baako edi Samuel Abu Jinapo baako edi Samuel Okujato Ablakwa na eye en fiti emrese ohonie na Ghana oman asase a aban ahodo atonton no ene odi akomrehwe bedwom a wo pe ehon krata ena eye Abuginapo se onfa nkyere na enche bia speaker yede beba no se what chedodo mfie mienu na ntimi fa maaya a emre kakra kai a yede kwa abatu mu ena ade beba. Alan Chiramatin pledges to be tough on corruption to save Ghana. Alan Kojo Chiramatin ena eye Nadia watwroye GTP no ye 6 clusters no cluster 2 no on governance na first team no ena ye corruption pani obefa so a corruption no obesia no eno ena incorrigible ko kanta working na eye ABC News Gordon Asarbediakun on the front of the paper no featuring a very beautiful photo of John Dramani Mahama in a pensive mood. Or say Mahama's 203 unfulfilled promises exposed. And in the sign said John Dramani Mahama if it is ko here pencil and na no maybe also obeye waha ahanu amiensa bisine wanye and say ABC News or the way at the abbey. God in baby abutu bia. The insight or say forgive us our sins. MPP's Obribwahim begs over economic hardship, corruption, others. And what the photo miensa Nana Obribwahim, former Deputy General Secretary of the MPP, President of the Republic, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, Vice President of the Republic and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Alhaji Mamadou Bawumia, and Obribwahim said, Nimkoto Dwanim Grogura, Ninsa and a wasri, Eddie Jatua, Eddie Magana for, say a year, and which Abba Nipasu Yesika Samnin and Tutia, a year, Kitashina Proyani Kankaya, a giant. Ninyina pachayen na aja o ma yenim ana ode ababeto ha. Ghanaian Times with a very sharp photo of President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Edward Buama Omane Buama no na Omane Buama e photo ne da hai ana Edward Omane Buama wo mu nyina ejina ho nana ba na moa ene gina muin ana president tin sato Dr. Omane Buama ensamu na ni nyina no ana ose ajapade book an invention to mar my image. President breaks silence. Emfiese ohoni a ajapade Namu ano. Mfiese 9 years no. Afei and the President of the Republic. Atinisi aduasa aka eho asem. Afei na Gabriel Nana Yaw Esare ochire daako. Ono so watwiro bibia afa ho. Afei na eye wahene kese asona piesie. Eye osagefo Amwatu aferipanyi ono so akasa ede afa ho na afei na eye miracles aboaje wo chirechire mu 95 million payment to West Blue is arrears settlement, not judgment debt. Set Nankrofui. Omoni edi no mafa wo mo so gigi the GC net na wotemahabo and a GC net every ho and a West Blue ebaye and a West Blue naturally no and a yakwa kofa abaku Korea fui edie esoso ediaba na no and a West Blue for compare lawyer compare lawyer Gabi Esari watching dako African League afo and a compare wo and a Gabi wabo asemi ya bona atro letter ede ama finance ministry waka no na yentie and after the finance ministry advise Ghana Revenue Authority and can say sika no a ese arrears ya ye pe no yenye de be ne a yemfa mamu and na Gabi Osritako wane ala African League Associates. Omo ayeden have threatened to sue. Omo threatened to sue. Afedia yen cabin shemu. Imani Ghana. Founding president. Franklin Kujo. No akwa chro. Time judgment debt of 95 million. Na Dr. Muhammad Baumia wano eno economic management team na wotua no yamfinu na finance minister then Kenneth Nana ya kuntunkrunkun oforiata eni Alan John Kwadwo Chiramatin trade minister Omo na ahwe ama judgment debt aba okotro no X mframan faso na Kofi Bentre dia toso vice president senior vice president of Imani Samikayo untie dia Franklin Eka adie Mrs. Sentia Dr. Baumia me penasem enie Dr. Baumia ya mane kwan ya mananya na adwuma chairman of economic management team Yamani nyesei and it's a Franklin dia tudwa say the then finance minister Ken Oforiata and the then trade minister Alan Chirematine omuna omama Ghana abosa aka no incidentally na Ken Oforiata na a member of the economic management team no amoya striketi Dr. Muhammad Baumia incidentally na Alan Chirematine also a member of the economic management team no mu estriketi chairman no Dr. Muhammad Baumia no afet ye Times reporter and what can you or say page 9 the government is set to pay West Blue Ghana 95 million for the settlement of arrears owed to IT consulting firm for work done under the National Single Window and Integrated Risk Management System contract executed in March 2015. A source at the company explaining the issue told this paper that the payments is not for an unlawful termination of the contract, but for underpayment of West Blue for work done during the contract period from 2015 and 2020. Franklin Kujo, Bichiremwe. Kofi Bentre, Bichiremwe. Company noa Gabi Wachiri da akun churo ko ye okuje to black akoba yi ekokan say Gabi Wachiri da akun na just wo hwe agi say sika na rest no okuje to churo extensively and about say finance ministry say yentua no under Kenoforiata yentua no Gabi threatening to sue no and a new finance minister aba and a company ne say Oma arrears a kemu adwuma omo ye no for 5-year period no sa arrears no finance yesi betua omusika e de ama wo mo a den na kwaye judgment debt na ye di sheken oforieta ene alankwadwo Chiramatene oh school na yakono mumiemfa school ni nya de pa na muka asema ya gidi court ben ye de call ya court no bu ayema order say Ghana ntua bibia ye beka say judgment death na ye chrematene ene kanofori ata defu the inquisitor and or say turf war in police. Oh, Pablo pa so dear. Pablo pa so dear. With the mediacho. Mediache Pablo. Or no win him. Mediacheno. Pablo pa washe. Such an august institution like the Ghana Police Service. And Pablo was saying, Sayo, turf war in police. That turf will be close to police. Pablo, Pablo, journalist, Daily Post, Michael Dokosi. I say Akufo-Addo should reflect on a Japa document instead of blaming opponents. Dr. Omane Buama, and all can say. Also Michael, also you have for president photo AF and a president or photos AF. Michael, guys, not for president no photo AF and as a president no and the photo na tanya Ghana na ye time. Inti and shed another beer na president photo wing delete free why you so. Michael, editor, delete. Now papa chile wadwuma Vincent Assassin, yes, I not yet. President photo is a president photo be or the atu say ade president sending any more twincham ade na Michael Dokosi wotisa Michael sisa photo no na kan asem o mane bua maka na apese oka enye president photo aye tabi sare na apese o de be kire na ewiase nyina hu se say Ghana president na nimu nyepe we asem Michael Jai Mahama to begin 2024 campaign tour in the Upper East region tomorrow. And also John Dramani Mahama, Igwe, or Sha Asie, the campaign Nasi, at the free Upper East region, Anna or the Ebaye. Confusion rocks UCC as council members resist supposed termination of VC's appointment. University Anko Fim Mantom, abandoned. And then to free University of Education Winneba. This year we drew or University of Cape Coast. Yes, Remo. No metro manso be our Kivaso. Why? Kivas no Kwame Chromatis at school no. A school or my bomb homo than a papa and Pemanso be our Kivas. Akin to DC or Winneba and Pibim. Amapia Ghanaian Chronicle. As a construction equipment won't end at Galamsey site. Irina Toshi Adolate. And now, or no, or yeah, post you cry, and the post in person can officially, no. Also to me can I remember him. Common Fund Administrator. Irina Toshi. Common Fund Administrator, and was say a nay district improvement project here. Yade construction equipment here bay. Was this our construction equipment no? Yemfa and Konkoma, and me and Fanko Twason Fanko Galamsey, and I watch him at the Ebaye. Daily Dispatch, and was saying, Uncle Ben Uye, actually reliable. And reliably factual. Also, there is no misconduct in the $34.9 million US ambulance contract. SGAGI. I company the contract the moment. And now woman ever can say a bibia and tochma our contract no. Almost so no. And now omodiaba. Protozua. Francasia di Queen. Protozua. For whom 2024. Protoza we are mechiao. I got your mamma Mr. Mechiao no so wine. The weekend crusading guide. And now on also so wadiaba. As the MPP's success in education too glaring to ignore. Manifesto Committee Chairman Yeah. I Kwesi Mintim and answer if ya MP. Prince Hamid Ama and all can say deputy minister. The statesman, Babinaman Kwa, or say cabinet reviews national action plan to tackle disinformation. Nsembia yadi tu emframamu edi etwenkrofo adwene ekosi mmea bia enye nokwa no. Or say cabinet so omo ye ntotoye a yadi nhihye beba ama wo mo a ebeye saa no eho nsem yebehwe na yadi aka. Wei ene ensem a democrat animu no ebaye ni yeba sei ni yeba be busaw se ajapade document no wujidi na Kenneth Nanaya Gabriel Nanaya esare ochire da akon se wujidi dia na o se examine wuti ne se examine wuti so ane yehwehwe den yehwehwe adwemu yare anase yehwehwe den enti wuji ajapade no wujidi na wudim do atwero ye na nsem be ne womu a abamu yantwe adwene si ensem a ewuwo wo mu no a asisie no ho nsem anase anya ne kwa yantontwene baabi na biribe na wo te ajapade no ho nsem ni nyina no yebebie phone line na ma wansana yama interviews na ba na je se nya afi na wo betie the academic bi kan ye na wo dia form view yebedi ka tie wo view ansa na tie academic ne de busu ne tie neat 100.9 FM.
And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no hwem so betumi a asew na obeka ya jon to ma me ensa duku portmanteau this way chocolate drink na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kan no tumu ho me be mo anu nsu hye kura de aka ho wo hwe de wapi ho o ka sa batete eda fom ho this way chocolate drink
kra cha be pe baba ware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ya sori anopa no ne yenom ye be chef fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ye de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Asew. Na obeka. Ya jon to ma me ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Asew. Udan kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu nsu hye kura de aka ho. Wo hwe de wapi ho. O ka sa batete eda fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
kra cha be pe baba ware
Asew.
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ya sori anopa no ne yenom ye be chef fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
This way chocolate drink.
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
That's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM Suni. Na ene Friday, August 2, 2024. And time just about gone 35 minutes past 1. On Facebook Live, Yankin Kakana, pay me phone line. No, Musa say, a Japadia document. No, first time I would take one any brebeng. Na dear na would take a farm. Na contents no, ujitum. And now says, Uba Giatuma me because he has a meal, wiping. He has a meal wiping and Nadia everywhere. Nina, no, it be a phone lana. What do I be a bear? Me who said the city, no. Na fe ye ne any pebiswa di home common. What they know or what do they make of it? Na DNT and a fay and a president of the republic what can want some a year when he can see a can want some a year Gabi Ochida can want some na miracles abuaje eso airton. Georgia Fury on Facebook Live was say good work sis is sister pa sister don't know this sister don't know. Kwame Jandam was this overrated, overhyped, intolerant, cruel, insensitive, vindictive, and corrupt president says that the Japadia book is a figment of the imagination of his political opponents, and they opted same as a propaganda political tool against his government. Interesting. Say, well said. I say interesting. Say, well said. But are your government, political appointees, political cronies acting the entire Japadia book out? It is as if the story Ghanaians are watching under your leadership was produced and directed by you, family and friends, political appointees, and political cronies. Mr. President, the Japadia document is not fair, and it has been in existence for over 4 years. Mr. President, you and your Achim Mafia have been exposed big time. So stop blaming the opposition for your government's failure, indiscretions, excesses, and incompetence. Currently, Ghana needs a change of leadership and government to occasion proper accountability of the stewardship of the MPP's family and friends government, the looting of state properties, the great loot and share, the open thievery and shameless corrupt acts from the presidency to the almost government appointees of Nanado and Baumia-led administration. This Japadia document is not fiction, but a true script from Nanado, Baumia, and the Achim Mafia. Hapwef Edu Amankwa, Wafa, good afternoon. I'm watching you live from France, Paris. Nothing is going to save this MPP government from going to opposition. Yaya Kota, Anna Joshua Kota, Wafa ADAKABRI, good afternoon, and God bless you. But see, MPP must go out of power no matter what they do or say. Carpet pool benches. So Kofi Bento and his boss Franklin Kujo are telling Ghanaians that Alan did not allow Baumia to work. In fact, me yemu ashime pa, and stomach bend me pa. Carpet pool benches no abuse. Nanado answers to a Japadia documents It's not convincing, and I thought he was ready for the names behind the documents. For so many years, he has refused to answer his admission and omission. Bright Lawe. As for me, Ghana needs sensible. On Facebook Live, the Ohonum and Yakin Kano. Master P from London. Yentienwe. I see Master P from London. Wafa. Hey, Wafa ADAKABRI to the whole Yasi. Good afternoon. Say Wafa. Mimenti is airborne inside Kingsland. Wafa. Blissful weekend reaching out to Akosua, Angela Akosua Kunedu Amuakon, aka Sister, inside Coventry. Peter Chair Champon, aka Master P, in Northampton. Mami Kunedu, aka Mami K, also in Coventry. Amanda Sewa Siedu of Mandy's Collection. Alfred Esripi Esari, aka Amazing Shaggy, both inside Northampton. Wisdom Nana J, aka Kanana, also in Coventry. Josephine Amuakon, aka Rabna, Flavian Trema, aka Nana Kuya, both inside Milton Keynes. Bamia Jekum of Northampton. Kelzia Che Amuakon, Kelzia, you. Hey, say Kezia, a bit soon spelling be. Kelzia Che Ajakon, aka Akosua Kelly, inside Custom House. Isaac Asamoah in Bermondsey. Uncle Ivy Sly in Camberwell. Peter Osajefu Buadi, aka Pato, inside Rounds. And then Kwajo Dakun, aka Cash. And Joy Kwemensa, aka Kwenana, both inside Dubai. Fantastic show by all standards. Keep it up. Wafa. And I Master P. What they buy. I feel you me phone line. Eja Padiano. What do you make of it? 0302 25 7902. Eja Padia Bukuno. President di Muayaba. Paine Kasie Edi Muayaba. Gabi Ochidako di Muayaba. Na Eja Padia Bukuno. Wahunubi. Pati Munsem. What do you make of it? 0302 24 3540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI.
Joshua, Mientiewe.
Yeah, the incoming president, Alan Kujochua, is on here.
Ne hu ya papa wo ye na ho boa na wode ne ho ama media fo ama o ma question no.
No weapons are no weapon against Mr. Pascal. ADAKABRI. The book is about 2019.
Come here, the winning.
I didn't buy now one respond. Not no way to see now. Yeah, no, because no man is to do a Japan. And I'm your former Chief Justice, Sophia Akuku. Or say, amount for because government officials now amount for much than government hotels. They are running down no more matter amount for NTSA. ADAKABRI me no can say now Wednesday now all the coordinating directors feed the whole country that there's more rock city. Now almost by another amount one call government hotel now you cannot stay one money cost. And this I don't know now could just say can say more than 5 months come rock city better than on one year profit I change government you know and the normal almost coming in and it's still president they can 208 yeah the normal people are on and one normal then that one just the man they am become you know catch where you say then the 20 one year in 8 is near that no no yeah if you start can go say why actually why die and no normal no can na entro no kura na ye chodododo and the president I think was yes, no. My father Ghana muscle. About me, no number to answer because of the I got no for me. That's it.
03 02 24 35 40. Good afternoon.
I'm over.
Now, what to say?
I don't know.
Edin is here saying,
I say about 4 hours.
you take me into way.
Maybe my dream never me before my enthusiasm. But I say, and I will book you. It's so. And then the year na air course. It's so now. Na nipa na ọtwe forward of the book ọtí ase yẹ bisa no ọhin kẹsí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni hu ni sẹ ase mi di wọ hɔ a ọpẹ kọkata so because ẹ Ghana deɛ yẹ sọ pẹ sẹ ohun bi ni nsúmọ a na mamẹ ẹni ni sọm eti sọ ọhin kẹsí ẹ bá di a ndu sọ ọhin kẹsí ẹ bá yà na ẹyi na obi yẹ ẹnim sọ ọdi ẹdi etiri but na ọtwe forward no ọmọ ntẹ ntena ase ni yẹ mbisa no sẹ book na ọsẹ ẹnyẹ no fẹ. Na nneɛma ɛkɔ so no so ɛde buku no mu nsɛ no nsonye wɔ mu a na nsonye nim sɛ ɔfa wate ase nkɔpɔnkɔ bɔdɔ ma ne wura mɔdam
You 03 02 25 79 02. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mahmudu.
Hey, I saw about me and you.
Open the gate, you're to say.
About the other Roma, yet Tiaso.
You are no kind of one you will be.
And then me tease it.
Hey! And I come to a party.
Are you pana? Your parents saying, a dear black, he ran a puma.
Yeah. But I was standing name where the Yamin and the name.
And we are to London. Am I?
I'm my family, I'm consumer profit kakra.
Onwa kwakra one man wa kwala we ubra Ghana ha.
Anyway, ADAKABRI we met you. Na bo is something na na bank ko kwado abaso na no ma hu say machines no dey akọ consumption bia no. Seven previous e ya de papa. The bebo na na do abaso. Incoming president Baumia ono so mebo na abaso. ADAKABRI it is election year and some so the war system ni mo ache e do election year and ADAKABRI we ya chat at the thing we be catch us e kokọ let's say that book will be about beso ne baby ni padodo ni ko hunu se nantwie gu na ho a obi o ho anani obeka se nantwie na ash obi beka se brown obi ba yo se book ni mo nsem ne niam e ko so ADAKABRI niam ba petin na e ko so ye wo kujatu first time ni aban mu tani akase wo to aban Japa bia na dabi enye Ghana fo akasesia enti du ba bia na ADAKABRI bi ba nan ka mu central for mu ka ya ni emu bi siase e chen step politicians no ebe ji sa bi ewu agina mu factory bra ye wan kroma ebie politicians kwa mu ne be chen kroma ti ebe sa sa ni mani na minka so ye enye obi ya before so but eniema papa is the na na da ko kufu ado abanya ye abo MPP for bribri enti na semu asabi enye bibia na ye tini kan president abekasa ohempon abekasa ADAKABRI to me ye nyai ma Ghana for ekoto abama ye rebelmia niema ekoso no ye kan ha ya tena Ghana ye ni NDC ba your mind could look any MPP ba do man could look to the let's see ye di ADAKABRI and then the blow is here and yami nwanwa because the man can need that mahama was o kan no kure kakra no twan tro kakra so kai sa video na ba bontin you don't know the see be here kira and you ba ADAKABRI say min kaka na ho atem kama mi yi na na so da bia ase na mi bro ni hima ezi nkomo
Yo 03 02 25 79 02. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nampatia Frost saying ye.
From Patrick Abdulrahman Tamim, Lakeside Estate.
Hey, Mintiwe.
From Mone Juma. I did back on a message to Ghana Penny for Sabi. said you can't say we can be say school now more upon no omo fanye bibi na say yentu enji omo endi sisi akwa se mfuto tu gunu adoso e wo man no mu enti say sam no kwakwa wo ha wo hye de enhu so go na ye no kwara na so we na ye nso enti ye sira wo mu so mu bibi e batudwa na so mu ni say e propaganda na omo ya ye nyina ye so nya no mu njai na mo hye de ebebo o man no ye sira mo ma ye aso mo ebiri ye nim so because of politics sabibi o ho da no kwara o mo fa ntu gana amanfo nyina ngu se we na o man pini area a ebi o man no hwambo na ye na ye hunu be ye be di ye di be fa ye sira o mo ma nyoma bi en ye ho nyan o man no mu a ebi a no kwara na enye no kwara na ye hu be bi e de ye fuma ebeti me da waso wo fa
0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, mi kwamo fa ba ko pe.
Aye, mientie we.
O fa ya Ashanti be mi o taifa.
Mientie, hey. Ya na kwa hini uko ya pesa America na Canada.
O fa mi ti ta ka kra mi ba ba.
Mi che oktu kwan ko krobe so kama mintie ya.
O fa ye no da wo ma ti le so wo ni wa ja.
Ya akwaba.
O fa mi so ba be sa wo e bro wa de wa
Oh, bra.
Well, we I'm going to make it so that me first about the come my dear Makupe Junior. Also, for na before you go in is already. Doctor Villa constituency. No, if I ocean never be a watch out. I just said the line of person can put in the bio. We do this. Over boy, it's going to be a sort of. Ofa, me go so. Oh, sir. Busha said the do about two the do. Then you share what they be a new dear for the power and your political party. And I said, you was sorry, no, Cassetia, the party, no woman. Ofa, Obokumana, I just ever said, yes, as a bush be up a move. And you know, now my ama or I don't know. Now, what did you know on and shut and cut? And then I was working, not up to that. Ofa de me hu aba ye betu mu nse wo hwe enuma akaka nyuma papa fele ku fa do ye bia ka wo saka Ghana for chetwa no so na so an se Ghana ba to ne du fiti sa go so no mu so sa it we na ye hye Ghana for mo se na ye so hu kra se fabre yi die o mo ma yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o metoa amawo no so na ende ma papa o de say the for na ban o ma ye to us. Oh, now anyone now, and this is for the player queen. Don't Mahama said, remember, Ofa. You say, Yaman, so by who know you. The people are being what they are buying. Oh, it's Yaman Dr. Mahmoud Milk. No matter what, among one soup, no or minor aqua could do baby. Gonna for him, maybe now. Now, you know, says, like I say, Ghana. Ofa. But for another sound,
Matiemu. Matiemu. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Governor Bunsen.
Afi yanguye.
Yo, Sisi Kutuba in Madina. ADAKABRI, what's the Yama Vice President Mahmoud Bamemekano? Graduate Coupon. On 10 before yesterday. ADAKABRI, I would try. Who would Ghana after him? ADAKABRI, what do you say? Me ejuwaku bi chance ye bi afi o mi se bentu anko ADAKABRI me o sika wo ina me de ko ADAKABRI ke nana oroko abucha kwa akore course ADAKABRI sika takara o mo me papa man na ADAKABRI me se nesi for ADAKABRI me kwa ye be mame ADAKABRI da not credit to kwa ko almost 100 million ADAKABRI what name yes someone na do 20 million what name how about wa be yafi ADAKABRI yeah, Mamma, you know, yet a coffee. What today? I don't come and call you. Yeah, ADAKABRI, where you have Mamma, you have. ADAKABRI, at the moment, your friend since the bridge, Mamma may want to talk. Then I will bridge the A thing and we should go compare what you say. ADAKABRI, everything, your Mamma, you know, because Bahama, one may opinion, and my vice president, Vice President, 21 in there, you're too much.
Okay. Na also so the any saying na ye hunu baby a wo de eba 0302243540 na yentie eye de ewo honom na yesusu apia stadium apia
champion
ama he
ma jesu abro mi ma
na die na ewo ho
me monitor wa video no so na me ho se opani bi ka se bi na o no nyansa pa nti o ma no sabi o mo mu nyansa ansa o se pese ma ka se se utwa ntro kaka no aka no kaka kase me ntia se enya MPP o mo support ba o me na Akufo Addo se o ka se obi o support MPP na wa nke ni e se je Akufo amamu nya bi di Akufo Addo ba o me eyire asa obi odi Akufo Addo ba o me etrofo ya chibia ya obi a ompe ne kure da bena pese ma ka sa asem no o kan contest say mo dia mo hwanya mi anim se mo MPP Akufo Addo pay so kwa ye unse na Akufo Addo ka $1 2 cities a 3 city $1 ba Akufo Addo pay so what the dollar do 16.5 no o kana no o justify enti ADAKABRI no say we so for krampo na do support ba me na Akufo Addo na ba so chese nyankopon kra woni ho yeti Ghana ama Akufo Addo na ba o me atime twantro se Akufo Addo ba no say what do you put in the economical what the neighbor be you man no ahunye adwoma ama ade aba say economy na enye no what the neighbor.
Good afternoon.
Fine afternoon, ADAKABRI.
About your first saying
The firm Edward.
Yentie we
For the media and party that you Bubaka and I work from Zoom Lion from the media or money. Now, appear stadium said they say we are so for Kana, so for the Bona on the Betua Banama, Bawia, and we said Babu not today, the day. Or say, and now a dear Chimuno, a mura imura general, a mubeba. Now, and we are seeing a colleague now to review with the engine, Christo no ever. And in the young Bonta Yakato, and then yet Bawia, and then Yakufuado, and I'm out a many more years. A Yasema Yagopo Akato. And it's over Jano Gazoya, so for Yano Magasa, a solo on Bobida, and you in the airport. That there, America, ADAKABRI, as in Yaudi 2 weeks. I was saying, 10 years we can, Arabia, as Solba Kayan. I got told you who. When I Ura Mamma no, I had that come, like you say, Sabato, the Upasu Munia, would you baby, and what can of Katra, would you baby, and why they work can go to book them.
and an apia stadium but I him for them hammer cancer.
What's it, Mamma Kai?
And an apia stadium we busar say he no can a hina Jomahama cancer assemble.
Mamma political platform so and all kinds of election time you do on my
A political platform no ujina so every ben or cancer e will crow bear so political platform
2020 ever to abana wura mama e ko kan sa temeno
akoka wo hene fa
adawa ke wo kan wa sandememu e ko kan
asantememu hene fa
ma cho se wa sandememu
asantememu hene fa
me see the group
e the men repeat biem why Kwane kwa ya research na kana akukodro so say hase and a wage na your kan no why
ADAKABRI na sema me kan say na nado egundu na oye no yuma oye no eno na aba mango hu na na yengo fasa azemu mra na fofo ne ba se na no je we station police mu a watikiri se o de say machine mama o de say na nado e dia ba ti e bango ya kwan e wo de Enga or the same mama and I go for yes anime and got negligible bone, bonny bubble, as do not know to be the bubble. And no, and I come on go for the young catch him saying, you're Diana, and I tell you, you're better be piano. Now the Yagupa, I can, we ain't there any.
Okay 0302257902 Ajapadiano Bukuno Ujidi Etiase a fiction, and I a real, a fake, and now a non-fiction. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Jeff saying.
Of ADAKABRI, Japa new. I want my oil refinery.
Jaffa Mientio.
Japa. Of ADAKABRI, at the far Ajapadi book once a walk away. Of ADAKABRI, you know you want my Muhan. the moment I had 18 years, I ate me to aba. I choose to say, wait till Akunyano, so the Obinia Qualabio. Of ADAKABRI, ye near be comparison. Ajapadia Bukunu. O kind baby, a woman say, a baby beba. A dear MPP for any say, Omutia Roma, a canny baby MPP so 2024 more. Or more a chain for no Mudia and Siano, or more time or more anya sem. Enti e wo so omo yede omo hwi nipa hofra ebia sebi we nia for pepe na yede ni eba flag bearership for MPP and also I kan ajapade no document ni bi kwa anima bebi bi wo ho a o trese oman no sika no so omo fa kwan bi omo fa so atima aboa oman ni sika e de ato omo achemfo no omo nchiri mba ho enti ebi ti say den PDS of ADAKABRI or my pen, woody or my Japadia company to say electricity. Eddie show being sir. A bread a whole cratana all year. Ember Parliament. Or my will be a Nimushi. Ah, PDC bet me a back. About bet you a month for like bait, prepaid bait. I did you who's a car by 8 months. The Mua content will be a. Wow, I must have company in say a group of ADAKABRI. Men come Kumwa Sumwa. Or my ben obey Timawa would not say, who see that Amanyan coupon. That is Cathedral Assembly Maker. Who to me a 1 year go what can you now balabadi about the Pawadi? Or I Baumian who you or much of ADAKABRI also me bois. MPP need you over Bahobia, Bisan say, Cathedral no mutuam in a doko. And you have to do a say no when you keep
Okay. 030224 3540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI.
And you patch your saying?
Your friend, Mr. Ashanti, because I'm from Asama.
And Miss Shakmienti away.
I did Metia said them Afeno, MP, Obama Sama. Now, ADAKABRI, the American said, MPP in Anado. I am no more face a Ghana for your who and your whole cost for an answer. I a Japadia Bukwa, Yerkin. And then, Anna, and my bio. About best of 5 years. Ya can't want some radio so, television so. Muti me yano. Ana enyema ya chewo mu nyina so. Emu be 95% abam. Na ene wa sole SN no kwe. Bibia ye kan ye aba. State capture enyema mo be fifa, enyema mo be tonto amomo. Senate boss muyi na dinna aja padie bukunu newum enu nti die na advoka ne de waka ya to atwipum obi enu odi be yadwuma na ya na bisi ya nto abama Dr. Bawumia adenti Ghana for no wo mu fese ne serious wana Dr. Bawumia eniema wo kan ye 2020 wotimi ko gina Cape Coast esa ye Cape Coast for we are building harbor. One can say we will build. We are building. It means that we don't kasano. Na harbor no gusu ekoso. And the harbor no. Na do by peace from saying no correct. O man can be biasa. And ya pay who are you who asene. And the best any mabo. And ukuta 20 Ghana 30 Ghana ko mutimi to bayira ba ko enwani. Bayira ba ko 50 cedis.
Hey. Bayira ba ko 50 cedis way.
Of ADAKABRI pa bla amasamai 40 series ni wa de ade
oh de chire ayi nyabotre baye muno aba na baye muno no bada bia no a ema baye dada no ekwa atwea na no unya bi enti ema baye dada no ye expensive baye muno no ukuta 20 series 10 series a kokoto baye muno na no adi nyabotre hey ora eno na sa de na maya magana ese no aye season June na tomatoes 600 cedis per box and then July the kokobusa tomatoes near just about 100 cedis 100 cedis ye din other people suntie bi sadia munya wa Ghana ha say munim se Ghana a season ade ni timi ba na tomatoes na 600 700 no and ayefua 50 cedis 100 cedis by fufro no aba ukwa kentampo tachiman ube ye enkranzam by fufro na ba uyi 200 cedis abetimi anya mako enkono
over Of Matthias, and let the team
men repeat side. And I'm saying men repeat side. Men repeat side, men repeat it. I don't know, Mamma Nipa be a normal Ebuano, by for Franaba. Not no cranza, Macum Cron, and I'm a mad driver to buy a Medima Minia by Fiapoma, 200 cities. And Tachima, Kentampo, day 8, and Cranza, the day 9. Never won't pay by your dada, no, by your dada, and a nebuordine. And you choose the choose the Awankas when you home by for Franaba, a banner by your dada, Neko. Why, if it's about that, and soon in a free na yet them more, Nemoye, and Unti, and another relatively higher than by Fofron, and soon doors home. And the Conoco Sias on my top by Irano, on back canning in arch, on back chilum, said at the end of the city. Tomatoes, just about a month or 40 days ago, no tomatoes in the 600 near it, and the cocoa busa tomatoes, above from drastically. To think Hasen took one conquer your phone conquer yashi, Namu Danidani Adianis editia. Good afternoon. Yow.
Ofa.
Mahang.
You so ofa.
A Japanese book, no yaw, Najidi.
Ofa, but as my focus not been shared with you for. Ofa, maybe Majidi. Majidi didn't pa, but I
was psychiatric hospital near Choirs and Mutio. Gabi, I could see Wunia Begia, the register as a muti.
I said, Gabi, the bay in charge of that psychiatric hospital, the only Meko Amana examine. I
didn't know what you did.
The patch of France and Beba was a Mason. I'm Sabranti differences here last call here, can't say by no, no buono. Ofa, me come as in beer, Metusia, and me tomb run matrisi, and randomly. There's 7:30 when I'm seeing a koto watermelon tea menam I become market so there's a filling station on the right hand says your collapsing and so I'll be do some market now ya bobo by mono could be or best in Sia and Sontinam you're sure say acquire by modi I never the bakumbia be sa kokuna ya buano a best be 100 Ghana and I say 200. Nti watermelon woman na me to ade na fi no nam so by radius anka me kura car anka me to bigu ana o si o mama ne gina ho betumi aka kira kira obeba na obeto bi nti mbisa mama ne say madam pacho by no ba kon yesen o say single one by mono how often enye tenti I say bonkru wanku obi o say 42 Ghana cedis ba kon na de so no is close to 50 Ghana cedis. And the open cano, I don't know, say, of course, you had the bedroom ha.
Yeah, open by the DB.
Me pay you offer.
Open beer. I mean, to be near family. Why? Side we no on a distorted narrative, no.
Majitumpa, only bedroom ha. No factors of pricing assessor.
And that's significantly, sir. If it says, oh, who got up by a mono. Yeah, Mako and Knon Pring Kranza 200 cities. Mako watch from Aya Kentampo 200 cities. I didn't Carnegie was saying, what they call share booth one mono, Karajiwa or 50 cities. Right? Nature said, what they about you bet me their money and put their bro. A year is a penny, no magazine yamsa, and I mean young business, and I mean young business. Every day, 9. 200 cities. Many are baby up my what he has met me friends here with a fear by the name of the brew, no, none to do an saying. And Muran what fire, we could sika 500 cities. And once I catch a chief, Kwamukia, Anochi, Muniga, Gosu, and family Minia Bay, Minya, a pim, Kakraka Bacon, and a drew Kakraka Bacon, Minya Pentum, Mienu. Minya manken, minya banche, minya enyadua, minya tomanke se. Because normal or the free goes by then as me 500 cities pay. The Yadu baby, I mean, Conco Digano, a large chocho ya, what free muko yaw. A large chocho, Nasatan, Adenta, Nadio say, or quad there, ma, the chim, the chimai area ho, no what could dig off an a dear ma, na a year warmer titi estate war. Croatia say Adentano. Na and one say or stop a memendanopa, no supply woman, no supply woman, no supply. Into me a crano, me yes, I no a large catch them and me yes, may ye be. And into some what I say, I'm not at to go so. Any a cocoto Mercedes Benz or Panka ibi. enti akotoye no say et sa de a anoche yedi go so dwa ye wukuada no na chese ma di dwa no ade ma na kare de aba na agire ga no trasa ko area ho East Legon no ne ntonto ne kakra yaw people should begin to take cue and then work on such businesses so dan say yetia say na obi ka ba yira ba ku 42 cities wo di free ade a yetimi to no mako 9 at 200 cities ya bi guzu tie hu
yo ofa me da say ajapade document media magrimu no GDP if you say if you page 1 you see the last page, you know, almost every plan be a woman has been implemented. Of us, Obekaya, Emra Abanwe Eba Bemuno, Omo Putu moratorium on the small scale miners and what we term as Galamsi, Omunina. Na Ekonim Kakra, Eman Krofosha say, can say, Baby Adrun Dianoshi. And for from and demonstrations are horrible. Before say Abano or left this moratorium. Now, MSA per this book no more say every or Monshi Shaya or Mofi say, and for some be handle that sector. No, I affiliated to them. So, Obasha, Oko or more book no more. Or more actual say licenses are horrible. The issue, Emma, your friends, small scale miners. No one no this adwuma no page 10 no estate last paragraph of first, second and fourth paragraph estate wo say licenses are issue on the 1st of July 2016 ni nyina no null and void enti se obi pese wo sign ekoyes adwuma those people should come back to reapply, which means that they had concluded in say or more use for the company or more affiliated companies. Until page 11, 12 going now, or more listed about 332 small scale mining companies. Probably it is alleged they are aligned with them from the various regions. And the person in charge to lead this exercise, according to the book, Ashanti too. Offer over banking cleanup sector no. They were a course, it is exactly what they have, planned in this book. Indigenous banks, are affiliated to the opposition NDC and then other rival political parties. They decided to clear all of them so as to ensure, their bank will be the banking sector that will be leading the financial sector. They have also stated clearly, NDC, the largest opposition, were not smart enough to analyze the cost involved in closing down these banks. They have not asked them for detailed document regards the amount used in closing down of the banks. And indeed, that closing down of the banks allowed them to receive resources from backdoor into their financial sector. Offer insurance, and state insurance acquire bidin emu no man can say state insurance insure no akodi enterprise insurance ensa ofa mesa mchi aba forward no mo aye no ofa eho na hu in the sense say every single item there has been implemented, and I said the plan appears to be one that say we Obaduma said it has been the most wicked plan ever to be implemented by a political party that came to, as it were, alleviate the plight of the people of the country. Interestingly enough, this document sought to alienate the Ashanti of their powers in terms of a more numerical strength. Into they planned that it was very critical to ensure, the battle or the mantle was not handed over to an Ashanti to become the flag bearer, but rather a non-Akan. And that has clearly happened. And I believe the document, in total, from page 1 to the end.
Na everybody and that document, Osaka be.
From the early part, in first quarter of 2020.
First quarter of 2020, Nansaka. The book, no one at Troy.
Of a book, Altar no me pese me de edin betudwa. But ofa am say there was say odwane akoche no me ni baby a ode no hokusi. Enti they know themselves.
Na
This
book
book
no
can never
ya
be
tro baby the way na oye author na
of obi obeso push me kono. I know den kakra. Na ube ho say forward no. First page no. Nana osagefo amwachifo pen na ya tro ne din wo. And as a woba a friend is saying, after the forward, Newport forward, Ufuriata, simply Ufuriata. And I actually in pen. Right.
Ufuriata ni actually na say DM Ufuriata.
When you actually Ufuriata in pen.
Tinaja said there's one breath DM Ufuriata, there's another breath as you are saying Ufuriata. And to say it to me, it raises a little doubt. As to the authenticity of the book, Ubebuan is saying.
Offer anybody who raised doubt about this document, now they want to say probably he or she hasn't gotten a copy to read. Now, so when you a copy, so I read now say or raise doubt on this book, and just say on patriotic to this nation. In the sense, as a son can this see a BNC, yeah, we would have no cause to have held on to this document. Indeed, offer electricity company take over or Montumeno. Nina was part of the phase one. In their setbacks, regards human compass or moody, Nanke be in number be do monsa. Several society organizations, any opposition parties, every concern, am up to date. Somehow they couldn't materialize. It be a electricity takeover, which they took about 6 months bills from us freely, more or less. They didn't invest 1 peso. But they sought to take bills from the people of this country, more free, unless the action as Rebecca was there. Because they put any scabby said this is a sky idea to invest in that particular sector. Or more and yes, sir. A Japa LLC also. And also they were surprised, say it faced some challenges. But they concluded by saying, say, because they included some non-action people in their midst, and out of their greed and selfishness, NMA Japa LLC was shut down by the minority, by the help of civil service societies, also more crusade minority in their power to shut down that particular deal. But offer this book and as this document, I don't know. I will urge Ashanti especially to have copies to read. I will urge the Muslim community to have copies to read. I will urge the pastors, all of them, to have copies to read. So we are MPP near RDB because what is happening is not say the air course may be affecting opposition parties in world. The whole country. And interesting of the hard drink a say, and yeah, a team for no matters no my will, a sect of action people, a sect. For instance,
the woman say, yeah, who could our copy no?
Copy.
Okay. Electronically, 38 pages. Hard copy ne kuta na as a photocopy ya reproduce one. How many pages?
The only crowd, of course, all the about 36 Johan.
You could turn 36. And electronically there. A woman phone so variously. Baku 38. Baku 41. In the head there na same book no. You could take different number of pages.
Offer no. For instance, the first page in our picture it doesn't have a number, so you cannot include it as a page on its own. In the page in starts so can from front and back there, and you're not the cramming a version 38, but the numbering starts from the last chapter of the forward.
And the Okutano, supposedly book letter, your photocopy, and you abandon it together. Yes. Who has the original book na ubenya color photo of osaje for mo for penny na green yellow no edi ahim wo mu no.
I know there was soft copy no.
But who has the, because the Kuta and I said desktop publication be and the photocopy the so I'm asking, do you know say Obikuta hard copy away don't the photo in black and white our hinting that one more a green and yellowy at them way.
Patron of the may no soft copy and I'm a print free www.awakenewsroom.com and may hear copy. Now I'm starting to study the authenticity of that particular document. Now I have faced hostilities from that point on many platforms until recent times. And Sana Adewe Ebedu Babia Eduno. Yes, people.
A dear pana a wedge up a dear numua would be kind your first quarter of 2020 and Sana subsequently at the chrono air BBC.
Offer make about the judiciary. And then I also mentioned about the gold value chain. At the time, gold catches be a buyer or mampani a crab about 100 of gold catches at the buyer. I looked at the distribution aspect of it and where they went and which people received them. Of course, I cannot mention all the people who received them. But then, Ocean Confor distributors are gold catches. YMBC who say, who are those people? Who are those people? And who are behind those small-scale mining entities? Right? And these are areas, and especially when His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama, Becca said, balance the judiciary. A train margin about the perceived puffed up of the judicial system.
Na first quarter of 2020, ya unsaka a copy of the supposed Japadie book no. Oking kind say at the time no 10 crying Director General of Senate, nani deputies Kofi Bosompem and one another. Na years to come, ye bepe say Kofi Bosompem ebe call into the Director Generalship of the Senate. Now what to me automatically secure a seat on the board of EcoBank. Now Etimiama because of that there be a seat on the board of Senate. There be let me get it right. A bit technical. Say Kofi Bosompem ye be yi ten crying na ye de Kofi Bosompem aba na Kofi Bosompem waba aba benya the opportunity ama ye divesti Senate hotels no na ye wa hariyen na yakwa akofa esankoma yire ama ono so EcoBank na wo matimi anya board omumienu no atimi anya seat on the board of EcoBank. Booking cans are there in 2020.
Offer making can but when I started platforms around because not making can. And one say across the predictions into especially the latest with Ura Kofi Bosompem no making kind but nipa no plana minim no menim ne sunu ne bansa Ura Safuma for BBC. Until I have read it, but I had no research who this person is until said this particular thing dropped. And I said no, this cannot be fake. Because who can book now be see especially the Senate saga as well. It tells you clearly say nobody who is a part of this group or click or trust document. But me actually there be no trust book here or this document. Every single prediction has come true. And if you look at the fact that they were talking about their phase 1, which is the original document, review after 2020 election, the review that they have done tells you that they achieved a greater part of what they sought to do in the first tenure of Nane's office. His Excellency, the former ambassador to one of this country, Ura Ohinejikum or something. Officer, who a number, bet me a friend. No, besides, we need be a Japadia document in one. This document has been there for a long time, but we didn't give it the needed attention because, after all, yemu wait into the overcome ubia emfa wo nyeri sanke ekoye to say astute journalist for bi anaso ubia said the voice ekwachi and obo asem we so and can say ye di actually achepa, but we ignored all chances that we got to have followed this document. Now can bet me a block certain things that they have done to this nation.
Okay, yeah. My show. A Japadia document, first page in forward, right? And then after forward, we bring 1.0 up to 1.44. Now 1.0 up to 1.44, no. Economic and financial sector control.
Yes.
Now economic and financial sector control, no. Do you recall a dear no kafa Dr. Papa Kusindum a dear no kafa Dr. Kwabena Dufo.
Offer Dr. Papa Kusindum. Say say about financial sector no dia now can already an impact in terms of coverage in this country. And me myself, 2014, I used to work with First Africa Savings and Loans. My gift that's a company and I said a bank. A little bit of insight regards or more operations. Now, Papa Kusindum, it had become a threat to allegedly our former finance minister. And say Obeka Random Edene Enrichia within the paper better about said this is the letter that went to cabinet. It was shut down, and later on for some reasons will be a to me a general no and as a new group of people. They collapsed the bank now. Dr. Papa Kwasim Ndom was a threat, and he was a political rival to this incumbent and of course other political parties. Into seeing how he was expanding, it was necessary to say now more such expansion within the local banking system. So that the alleged data bank could rise above all these financial institutions. Into there was a deliberate plan to oust him from the financial sector. And anybody who was also close, which is Owura Dufo also, another person I know also did into my banking sector. My contact on a bank maybe. Until I knew a little bit of them, and like I said, national financial sector. Until I knew a little bit of all these people. Until because their political affiliation were not aligned with the current administration, it was necessary that they found ways and means to get rid of them. So they could, wield the numeric, the financial power to be able to control all these areas. And not just them alone, but other banks also are accounting. So they planned that let's get rid of them. And that is what happened to Papa Kwasi. But unfortunately, I know this particular aspect of making a new book, but it was alleged. If it is true, Papa Kwasi, after his bank was closed down, he fell on allegedly if that is true, to go and plead on his behalf. So when some of us heard that news, I never put it out though, but I told myself that if you would want somebody to mediate on behalf of you, would you go for Gabi Ochedakun? Right now that the whole thing has completely collapsed, you turn around to go and now petition your opponent that you describe his governance as the most worst one, that if you voted for him, you have wasted your vote. But that is just by the side. It was a deliberate attempt, and they succeeded because at the time, we were not privy to what they were about regards the financial sector until recently.
Yeah, and you just say, Ujidipa.
Offer nobody can.
Because Utie a year or and I will share at dear Gabiochida Cotroya or say a year then a year yet village back home. Na semi were evil plan, evil only used the word evil. Me were evil plan against a year sa village na yet Timunua. Na matnas na matro said the mayeni na babontin say Baseya. What would you say? Me evil plan no. Me tro yes said the may near the main in Ababonteno. Now we'll say any panel. We here to have your head examined. This is coming from Gabriel Nanaya Isari watch the Dako.
Odi Nanaya also. And my namesake, but I call Ralph Francesca. But you know, and to me, to us on the December 20th. Offer. I'm happy so we use the word evil plan. And indeed, this document is interestingly evil. What I mean by that is that offer coup d'etat de Bresisi African continent, including Ghana. Before say coup base no nipa ba kum bi no the trust e hye ase no mo anwene mo apenko form be trust mo na omo e de ho plans egu ho. Many a times on the African continent, coup d'etat has been fought as a result of the fact that somebody was included. We feel say adwon we de adwon fin nti e bi a me fetch that kwa report. Nti it is the same situation in this document. Whoever leaked it has helped Ghana. But unfortunately, the opposition parties have sat down for almost everything to be completed. Otherwise, no sanka. Nipa leaky document earlier. Nipa leaky document earlier no sanka ye final serious and kebia we could have stopped a lot of things. And the all is neither here nor there. Somebody who was not happy about this document, any leaking, but offer interestingly, MPP members, big shots within the MPP, some of them have this document and they authenticate it, say, true, because a bit and now Mukopa and Falmohano, or more kind, Nasa be a meno mushia, or Mokasa Masa, Sadia will dear, yen to me, Kase, and Yamukure, Efa and Sensemas, especially Rabos on Pemlady and Bayan. I have had a big shot of MPP telling me that Nkrofoye Buyafa so papa.
But right. Now, sad document on the President of the Republic say a fake. Osaje from what for opinion as soon as PSC say a fiction. And Gabriel Chida conso and I just say a evil document and yet likely so mobile me I hold you. Obi sa evil plan. What's your part now almost fast Samuel Kuhono? Auntie just one can say me at last year plan say Samia Ukudo Wopema into betting me the ma a yenash reform. I say why for what purpose? What a almost far John Buadu said John Buadu dear or ye a pure man and intino or the son ebe frimo. The Omo Kafa could go upon Cromaho. Tano man must have personalities. One more or that same group. Shadow Kafa Kennedy a compre when Japan. So, how would they plan so one crop for say no matter
Offer, a cool be even a bushum crown, your Hofwa or Muhu Ehim. If you look at the caliber of Samioku, may I advocate as Samioku should file to for the flag bearership and cannot make BCC or party and easy cry. Samioku is a shining star. Everybody knows, both opposition and incumbent likes him, the youth especially. You can't beat that fact. Samioku and others, I don't want to speak for them, but my instinct tells me that they have been very clever in managing this document to stay afloat. So the say, okay, you are not aligned to the next course, right? There are some of them who are just being strategic and diplomatic in being with this incumbent. Deep down their hearts, they know what is happening. Everything that has been said about those individuals, I am in personal ones in Mekohon. Over, tell me which one has not happened and which one is not true. Probably Samuel who has been very clever. What about the Rollins factor? Am I a movie BCC say Rollins? How could he have died so early? The Rollins factor, I don't want to go there, but if you read it, it's damning. And they did it the way they did it. Who would have thought that His Excellency Nana Danko Kufuor, who was Attorney General then, Rollins now, we perceive say or motiado to the extent that he, as an Attorney General, has time to be corrected and revoking the privileges at a point in time. Now, this same man comes back to power, and then the Rollins' family becomes so close to one of their worst and our sworn enemy in politics. How do you understand this whole thing? To the point that the Rollins factor were against their own party that they formed. Let us be truthful and candid with facts, right? And your friends are down. I am far better Rollins in another down we need to examine and scrutinize it because baby I do not.
I just omutimi true a seeming rivalry between Paul Admochre and Chairman General Kwame Sefakai, describing Chairman General as a calm, cool, and collected person who would always want to wait for the right time to strike, as opposed to a Apostle Paul Admochre or no a aggressive and appear to poo any suggestions. You better some grammar, Chairman General Edin Abemobi. For what purpose were they writing this?
They have studied the demeanors of all the your friends, the larger population of the media, especially those we describe as senior journalists. The description of Kwame Sefakai, is it not accurate? Is it not right that he's cool, calm, and collected? What he does behind the scenes is not my business. The description of Paul Adumochi, is it not accurate? Is it not exactly who he is now? Because you see, Paul Adumochi, in my opinion, has made journalism some sort of comic relief for people.
We want to talk about, they were describing them as such, drawing knowledge on Omumienu Enka. For what purpose? For what purpose?
Fine. So, in America, so they have studied the individuals who we describe as senior journalists. Also, in every spectrum of life, if it comes to the entertainment industry, whatever, gospel musicians will be on a rival and they have their beefs here and there. And sir, Kwame Sefakai, and I think I stand to be corrected, most of the journalists, Radio Good and mother or more firm and it will be a strength how far this person can go and that. Even as we speak, we have top journalists who are enemy to their top journalists because of probably the way either they are rising or some of the things they do behind closed doors.
Yeah, this president of the republic is a fake propaganda. Sans seminar over the years. Ya can't find ama ne yere no don't know Elin and cancer Jamina 30 years ago. I would free more in July 30 years ago. No, still and Crawford can say on the coon no Nina ya asama yaka at the etoro so near the in the same vein and Japadi so no the opponents and this if we the secret Samijan Fika home and now all my church with the Tiano.
Of a Crawfordian Hoyachino. Now within that very moment, no, I admit to say men are very unless you use some force, either they call something minimal force or the other way around. Until say Ghana for the do another kind document we. His Excellency another Danko for those opinion.
King can say near the day
to understand what has happened to the economy.
Quite unfortunate. You lose a year Uriah Sanitano. In this Abri, we say no. Yanshe, is it Mensa? Na intina fim penifone mametrans na ye home enkomo. And King can a messages so kakra. And King can messages so kakra. And King can messages so kakra on Facebook Live. Na yanshe de honum and so. Inti Japade. For what purpose? And as is here, ye king can, yet dance say. Into Yanshe, Alute Stanley, ADAKABRI pa. If you want to interview a political analyst, you brought this non-entity of a character and sycophantic NDC man to analyze this so-called Japade. Wasabere Mafukoi, also forget Accra people. They think Accra is Ghana. And then Bebeto Channel, hey, that to say that he wrote a book and can't you find for once or use your come on, dear granny, as I can call Sissy. I say I'm disappointed in you, ADAKABRI. You went all the way to Nkranza to buy 8 tubers of yam for 200 cedis. That means each tube of yam costs 25 cedis then. Now you, ADAKABRI, expect a trader to travel all the way to Nkranza to buy a tuber of yam at 25 cedis, transport it to Accra, and sell it at what price exactly, so that she's able to break even? If you, ADAKABRI, were the trader, sincerely tell us how much you will sell a tuber of these yams here in Accra. And a poor, a kind to poor. A be an witness our business in mobility. Master Mampesa make and say, me could talk, sir, tuber of yam at say 25 cedis. Not a bottle bar, come the sa botono. A year passenger camo, commercial camo, now yeah the premier, yeah, me more than 50 cedis. Until ya me more than 50 cedis, it makes it 250 cedis. The 250 cedis, you know. Say, oh, Tonwadie, edge fair margins. And Tonwadie, and Casama Sissing, my school fees, my sister rent, baby, I'm a tear. Now, me here, Sika say, I'm the home. And because of that, no, my transfer some for Sonny the Atoso. That is the point I'm trying to make. Into by the now pattern, I mentioned the point about say, by a mono, and yes, I know qua, by a mono, abba, and my by that down a boy echo form. So, into by either. Economics, no. This is somewhere 1958. Okwa the year Udru Joshua ye ton by Yure Bebre. Udru Joshua ton by Yure Bebre. No, sa time na Dunkirk and na ye Jackson's Park and ye Jubilee Park Kumasi. I want na nisrim for no any touchy man kin tampo munina when I normally by any begu. And na ye pamu womo no. And na ba say ye pamu for Nana James Usu and na sa time city council. Domu ye ya no ene ye pam wo no eye dwoso eye Kumasi South that na ye Kumasi South district ena wo mo agye sa ba ye tonfo no ene ma ye tu wo mo free asem ho eye Jubilee Park ho ena 58-59 ne ade ye do mo call ye ekokotena dwoso ena ma ba ye tonfo ni nyina no aba beka adwoso a wo mo da ho ton ba ye dwoso na price no escalate ebedu ba ye mo no edoso kwa me no ka say no they are 25 me 200 cities no and ne ubesa akono enye 200 cities it will be less than 200 cities because so no na because nsuo na so mu nti no ya na ye free say ye pede da ye be call by dada na ede na ma by dada na bo from because eno so no den ko the na no so na no price was soro na the ba na nsuo do so mu no yaso yadwene ye say no so enye desa because nsuo no do so mu no na no price no so na eba from afi na ba be stabilize na by dada no ko na fe mu no na tena nti be kakra no na fe enu susu emu nsuo etimi atwe kakra. Same thing with tomatoes na make no. The point I'm trying to say is say enkrofo at the artificial prices are a share the cost of living and what the home fasode no air top ade no so enye your friend say real economic margin and what you say what 2 months so akọ high dine ye be rent nti no or charge you adwuma kra no ya amawa the rent be so a or charge you abu e de akotua ne rent at no may not be the economic charge. It took to buy either by 25 cities. Let's say 8, 9. Now the two sack mu now the free I can tampo and answer with the free in Kranza bar. Then into also the budget 42 cities. Say and I'm multiply 42 cities by your friend saying 8 mommy. Now you share how much it is. 42 cities by 8 saying. Nanawanya. Saying 42 cities times 8 no about 525 isn't it? It is wakwakoto by 200 cities now the abase and can have me on 525 cities. I didn't know say basa transport cost no kwa na 325 cities na it mummy nyina yan tuaboase na yan hwe so cost of living no high e won kan ha say die so high e won kan say but no so nkyere say da bia no yan tena se na nkrofo emfanto to so mfa my why and Paul Casey. That is about reason why na make can say it upa me chire chocho said the large chocho or no an tenancy or catch me so large chocho o free Japan buy no auto sprinter satam old versions no auto mienu into large chocho kon kranza or kotachima or kod dema large chocho na yire no mo hon me bit me abusa wo mo alaji no na ka kire me enti okoko di dwa no na wo de aba ene ono estate houses no watonton am wo nkakran nti okan kura ma memani beje ho eyesa me kura nka meye bi ama ye gina so ekokoto ye friend say opanka bi Mercedes Benz ewo brabo ache ho no chid ene ton car no ewo Roman Ridge ya carport say ye de be ukofa no man it is nura metimi fa 500 cedis de ama noche ewo go so se didwa never kokoma ye friend say chief kwa mukua na edwa wo di ba ya me de koma me nua ba no hwe no ma wo edwanum sa no ma no at 500 cedis no wontimi nto no wankra ha it point answer me raise say ya ma me no ya omumfa economic margins into so enya cost of living wankra ha say no ene ya calculate ni nyina na ye de to no ma so e de man crofo wankra ha say that is the point I'm trying to make now uko classic of no ma beton a uko between 2 a.m. 3 a.m. 4 a.m. ohwe e ma deda truck so a ye bankra ha uhunu said the man is bre no mo deda truck so mo bankra ha say no you come to appreciate say but for some man no most of them so you single mother for sanka womo ama aduane kura nke nya bi ni e wonkra ha Ebenezer man for good afternoon ma'am ADAKABRI Mamudu look at what Asani is saying. This guy is so dangerous and diabolic, inciting the various tribes against their chimps. This document is fake and fictitious. I wouldn't be surprised Asani Tano is the mastermind of this. With his cohorts from the NDC, Asani Tano is not credible at all. I think now the highest problem in Ghana is NDC and Ode Ebaye Andrew Kotoko Kese. I say Achimda as Kotoku as a man Kese as Bosome when I can't say it all. And Chebi as a Buakwa are three paramount chiefs occupied Achim and not Chebi as they proclaim. Andrew Kotoko Kukus Yadi. Why? Achimda Kotoku a Bosome a Achim Swedro. It's a man Kese a Buakwa or Cook Chebi or your Saberima or Cook Chebi and Okoko Kodini Kui. Ewo offense or changing the honum and na a next door no a noon for no was chibisi wobo mo a year or saberima a de hons and sem kakrabi abebabe bapumo no ma raise tensions kakra or indigo help of a dramankwa what everything in this book is authentic. Everything in this book has come to pass. Every Ghanaian should get a copy of this book and read a book which shows a plan against Ghana by a small group of people, that is the Achim Mafias and Odebaye. Hamza Jr., the maestro. As good afternoon, watching you live from Nkwanta, Uti region. My name is Masawudu Hamza Capello ADAKABRI. Why is it that anytime Ghanaian ask accountability from MPP, then they bore and Odebaye? Kotoro. I say, my boss ADAKABRI, please, what don't we see happening in that document? Let's be there and twist issues. Are you? And so Nana Kojo Nana Kufuado came to finish unfinished agenda of his father Kufuado and his grand uncle JP Dankwa and Odeba in the studios now. NDC Ayawaso West Wogan chairman Bismarck Aite Abobi accountant papa and Sabik Bugri of the MPP Asoso Beba. And we are still expecting Alan PSA of the Movement for Change. Chairman.
ADAKABRI.
Major also.
President of the Republic is a Japa fake. When he can say a fiction. To believe in it, you would have your head examined. What do you make of a Japa book?
Yo, ADAKABRI, meda wase ene ewie na mada wadwuma yefo nyina ase na machia Ghana for mutie. Me no kasa sesia no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama owo wa apotem ho a Northern region ho no obon to ho. Ye mpa iboni se oni ye maami Professor Nana Jeno Poku Ajiman. Nyame bebo mo ho afofie no we kura wo mo. Na ometimi abo ntoa agi oman esi ho ama echirima
mamenka we fama biamsi 1 was wova mame biama wova is 70 cedis so not 40 cedis. Just 3 days ago I bought a tuber of yam at 70 cedis. Biamsi for 200 cedis breme me bro bayire papa me make sure say mama kwabra man kranso e de freaking tampo dia bro miento nchia at 200 cities kwabena mankra so wobetu anwumre akọ kentampo ekina anwumre wobetu abankran obeba beduru ye venesen kwasi ada nopa biamzi 1 mienko sa challenge no na ya na wototo nkran ha se bebre nso so biamzi miema wadwuma ya sa adwuma ne faka wade ho na menhwe na miemfa mrew na omomra magim famfiri ho wo topic up bia na de agutuo na supply afiafiem Saturday morning 6 o'clock now the adoma na de nam estate wodum kran biamzi abo kran biamzi abo wo to mankese kakra wo jene kakra wo nyaadwa kakra wo bayira kakra wo apem kakra wo apamtum kakra biamzi 1 na de dis adwuma no meshe odwa wate na meshe odwa chama mienti hu
mechia menu aba nyame ye adom okokura ni maami achi menye hu enti mechia ne pa
wate lawyer bia ono te e condition mu me boni din mo asen kwala no fi to sere me mama moni din na oye prepared say the make no sanka ye be fa aduane na de free eye baby to say go so baby to say sahwiasawen so baby to say kentampo baby to say enkransa tachiman na de aduane na ba na yatonton no estate mu no lawyer no so be mami moni din ma na yire ne mante. But Mr. Chucho na catch them you, Alaji. Etinya no see
asifim sense ohun. Min blame ye ma me no mo ton ade wo dwom no. Says ya the all YouTuber of Yam Africa mo esi form no. So G50 20 pesos per one. Says ya or ju 1 cedi.
So how much cost of living na to so?
That is the point. And who created this problem for us? Abanfun ya enana ado baumia bayi any problem we abenti mo bi amblemu adakabre the reality na oka men blame ye ma me no so because the amamuo no achichira ma ye no enu na ye den ye manage adakabre im say nana ado danko ekufu ado baby o bia mechia no edanu mitie the president okay can send bebre past tense ni nyina wakasa afa ho emra na ebidum se ukotunu wo dem na ohwe na unhu no because dem ho ni nyina ye ngusie ku gise odi unsa ti se akwala na ade ayera ansa na odi unsa akoka na we se na na eti ho o se enye nokre ye da na se afi watu na enum tuo wo sansem no na adakabre sai Japa de buku ya asem no ho o for a penny fee nana do no mu gabi o kire da kono mu nana bedi otu mo yes lawyers pa krata we be told ano ache as o mu nim se krata na mfiri ahemfie ho a ena enye wo mo abusua Japadia sa Supreme Court nana do na control
men kasa please
your book we mu
you're professional
no your book no
on control Supreme Court
okay he's in charge of the country and so he's not afraid to go to court obetimi asuma attorney general say consanimity na same way a ekoso no emfa minim ho hwe onye bibia asa okonsu na okokot nsu na opia book na wo se unim ho hwe no insankyerani a wo mu nyina na ehunu wa asase ya udi so ma ye se president enti ene omumia omo anu up to now na election e baso enti wabetu nanum tu a ebe my opportunity to look inside the book na ya hwede wo krata anu mu na offer penny fie ho no ohimpon no ne din eda krata anu a nimfoni eda so anana do su biaso as the president of this republic obian contest is a book no say enye nokre na de ehu kakra wo mu ni say obia ka no ebisa say nanado say o si krata we enye o krata no obi etimi atra titi say wadakabre watra say steady nanado danko akufu ado as steady ahinie a o shas ye bi ko chebi ho na wetimi atro krata na reflect exactly over Nanado ni ruling na dia asem na Nanado betimi aka fa sa akrata na je se nipa bi nimu pa na je se nipa bi nim Nanado pa senior obedi president ebinu ka say Kofi friends unkai mi kakra Kofi
obi wayo
no
Kofi Kumsen
o ka say Nanado ni pa na nya ade a o mayi ye de hye ni nsa ebeye yie owura nya ho nya hota makro onu su ka say Nanado dan kwa akufu ado ye obi e de o man Ghana ye hye ni nsa they cannot sleep. We have seen it. Now Adakabre bisa homa mi o se ekoba ni sen ena obitimi hye nkoma Nanado se Nanado ye bese ye take over Senate na ye take over Ecobank Transnational na ye betimi take over Ecobank dia wo se ye nya ye ni nipa no co Senate as a director general na Ecobank nso Senate wo shares wom enu ma Senate kwan ma director general no etra board no so enti no ye mpeye ni aye nipa na onkoye director general na yentimi control Ecobank Transnational wo mu hwe omu akrata no mu no na osafo mafo ba eye Kofi Busompem ene wo mu hye se adwuma no ma no meanwhile no ukai se wo mu befa akonwa ya na Nanado danko akufo ado onu ankasa ni chocho mucho ori osafo mafo be ka kire Ghana fo nyina se public sector achoki baby aban ehwe nipa fa nipa ema na adwuma no ewa achoki enti no obi anya adwuma anye enti uwie university a kope baby fa uye teacher ni a pe baby fa uye nurse ni a pe baby fa wo mu hwe ya na teacher fo ni dose no mo se ye de lance exams baba gise okotwere exams bi ansa na ya mawo adwuma ebiru mu atwere pass teacher fo omo da su gufie sisi ya nanso owura asafo mafo di ni ba no ko wura Senate hwe na anu ya wa be director general sesi ya oti Ecobank board no so enti insio toye na ye ni efura ye hu a enti ye ti afom afom no so Adakabre edo so yise ebisa obi ana say ye ni efura na say ye hu kura na eja asese wa hu say eja na eje Adakabre wo mu kan sa fa Central Bank ho ekwo me fa so take over Central Bank enti enu the first time no mu ba ye na hwi director se wo ho board members ni CEO se wo ho me fa Bank of Ghana the governor ni deputies hwim omu yi omu free ho ena omu di ho be ma atoa desin a wa bo bank yi ka Bank of Ghana more kada in the history until Nanado took over this country since Obaye or starting loss from 1.8 billion says our boy is over 76 billion Ghana cedis. And also obi na trauma o mo ana hwe enterprise group wo mu hihya de wo mu hihya say ebusiafo no be take commanding height enyume bi e ya ban de no wo mu di wo mu be hyem no wo mu control etu ka ya PDS Electricity Company of Ghana wo mu try so wo mu be fa PDS and civil society groups any minority in parliament did wo mu gi mu a at the end of the day ECG super SOCD say they were not able to take over empo emra America for this sika ebre free America for can say Nanado uni wo umanfo na musimu ya private sector giant na mo aka mo ho abomu no munyi mu hu anasa aban ni nyi no hu free interfering with the taking over of ECG Nanado say ne be sa de ne musika no mumfa America for catch Nanado say you say free ho na oman no nya ho faso no o si so beyi ni say free ho de ne America fa osika ampanzo sika no boy ema ECG ejina baby ejina sisia. That is the person we are talking about. Neti wo na say usi book we unyi ntumu a na je se undo Ghana na je se uyo obi asabi
eso jitum so you should have your head examined.
No, onu gabi no we didi Ghana fo nyina atem na minim se ka Ghana fo nyina ye tibo mu a powerful da onu ni de na oditi Jubilee House wono
Agabi oti Jubilee House.
Oti Jubilee House.
Sir.
Any onu no broke you all the deals. Busiano. Yes. Here Enterprise Group. Enterprise so uhwe omu history a na ye Ghana for ye dia. E na ye na be di kenofori atanche. Enu omu asise se who say wo SIC State Insurance Company. Adakabre adenti na wo say aban Japa de yen offices ni adan inuma infidi nyuma bebre ya aban de wo say ye ma insurance backing ye di ni nyina akoma Enterprise Group a ye ken oforiata dia. The issue is that they have to control the insurance industry. Who can say COVID buy ye insure nurses, ye insure doctors. Ni nyina state insurance anya ba akokra. Ni nyina Enterprise Group. Mamini who can say sisiano. Ye state insurance company no egu. Esinse hokwa. Womuti offices kwa. But services also omu provide enye sika de bu o ma no. Ni nyina kwa akodi ye nua kenoforiata or Enterprise Group. Womu steady ya etra himfie ho plani asofufuo ekwo me fa so a breaki asofufuo bi down asofu we opeska na we ye say no womu analyze ya bedru Otebri so pastor Otebri womu gitum say Otebri obi a oti womu ase onu womu ko bankrum na de womu ye ya etia Otebri awatwi ni ho afiri womu ho the collapse of the banks. Collapse of the bank, dear see omu ba obeso omu control financial sector. Enti yankukuru bibia farmer kenoforiata data bank. To extend say aban kwa ko bobusia companies omu jinem edijuma etwisika bra aban no ye di ni nyina akoma kenoforiata. Enti ukai bukuru bebia any matters are rising na. Tam omu ba begu Capital Bank. Who can say Capital Bank na ye papa Otebri na hona na ye board chair. Womu hwe banks a Ghana mpanyinfo bisika wom. Say ye wanso na ye bank na womu pese womu break you down then they attack you. Ye papa Dr. Kobradufo. Womu collapse ni bank. Ye papa Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum. Dear boni na papa ye so the banks in konkurase say they be financial inclusion a part of our strategy as a country no e be succeed no uba na obe collapse papa inuma to extend say e mo uko ura e wo ti regional e mo famina na ye papa Kwesi Indum ye say e be ya e mo ye krafra manone e be reduce no uba ye say nyuma ni nyina egu na wo mo frɛ fekeke eda na omu frɛ Otebri omu di tu nanim sɛ masa Capital Bank ye ba be guru but ni dia ye wo ma ni bua ye wo ma so ka ye hunti ene ye frɛ wa ka kyerɛ when that news was broken to Dr. Mesa Otebri, according to them ni demeanor change ye and that has reflected on him to today. Say he's not participating and neglecting them. Aden say nipa ultimate tenase e plani boni. Womu ba yon beso womu fire go there wo Ghana he nyina enti Japa deal. O ka ye Japa. Say royalties are yenya wo mayi mu nyina no 50 years 20 years to come no e ma ye sembium. Womu create company. Na company is womu create womu create no Ghana how. Na Ghana for ADAKABRI bibi kakra wo nsemu ubetimi akoto shares wom se bibi kakra wo nsem ubetimi ato shares wom ye create wo Ghana ha na ke ye Ghana for dia omu ko create wo amanone tax haven bebia uye juma wo ho a obi timi be bisa wo se eto se na wo se utua ana se eto se na watua eno omu ko create company no enye mu media foi civil society groups any minority a yɛtwi ɔmo sɛ baabi ade no egu no ɔmo turu abɛdɛɛdi ɛna ɔmo gyaeɛ a mene wo kasa sɛsi a sɛ anglo gold 2 gold a Ghana yɛkyɛ fa a yɛbɛnya no ɛbɛba aban hɔ direct media yɛmputu wokae sɛ ɔmo baayɛ saa adwene bɔne nti get fund a ɛboa ma yɛ increase school adan a yɛsi wɔn di $1.5 billion ɛna wɔn kɔ gyeeɛ ɛdi sene get fund sika a yɛnya kɔ si awowa sɛsi ame ne wo kasa yi Nana Dodankwa ntumi nsi 6 room classroom block ɛma schoolfoɔ wɔ ɔma ɛyɛ mu wɔn agyi sika no ɛde ahyɛ abusuafoɔ afunu mu ɛna wɔn ɛhome so adakabrɛ nsɛm ne deɛ ɛdɔɔso wokae telecom space na wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn take telecom space na ɛno deɛ mene wo kasa yi they have succeeded through Kani GVD mene wo kasa sɛsi ano they are controlling the Nanado family is controlling the telecom space in this country. Yes, the book stated it and it has happened. Eti meka according to the book onu Nanado say enyo onu de chro no. But the ewo mu nso no nsɛnkyerɛnne a happen they cannot deny it. Adakabre unim say ye wo ma yi mu ha. And Security and Exchange Commission. It's a very strategic company a boa institutions a omu pese omu di omu companies ko amansan dwa so piska ediba. It can be internal or external. Mini ukasa sisi ano omu adoso mu per the book no ema sisi ano Security and Exchange Commission no abeye ebusian chemfa. Hwara kabre die ya wo mu pa ni positions a omu create wo book we mu ebusiafoɔ na enkodi sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ they will control everything Ghana no ne nyinaa ɛwɔ ha ɛkyɛ amene wo kasa yi wokɔ na Dodankwa Akufo Addo ebusua mu a apart from ɔkyehene a ɔnni position biara no all the family members Gabi Ɔkyerɛdaako ne n'ebusua ne maame ne papa Bedi Etuo ne maame ne papa ne nua no mo wɔn nyinaa. The fact of the matter is we cannot run away from this book. Any meaningful Ghanaian, we youth, na utiemia, bipachoko fa book we ne read. And we the direction of this country. The book is the direction. And we Bible. Nana Dodankwa Akufo Addo di bebu o mai enti so omu ya dia with impunity kura etia Ghana fo eti o mai kanko eti o mai sikasem kura because of adododia ya set it up in the book for the family enti no Nana don't mean ka ho hwe enya book we mu who read the omuka fa His Excellency the late Jerry John Lawrence mi ba cho wa kan ho no Ekwaya Nanado will get closer to former president and make sure that he sway him to his side. Ningina womu ye ya ekopim se papai efa Nyankopon frɛ no. A grand strategy to eliminate His Excellency former president so that they will have mouth because they know say internationally when Jerry speaks, it shakes the foundation of this country. So let us remove him. It's a strategy. It's in the book. Jerry Otiase. Nanado oni Jerry Anko Boom. Obi ano omunka. Ojunso kurapona Jerry Femu ya obewu. Nanso last minute oni Jerry ko boom.
Enti oje ejapade book no jide.
Eja hwe wo a unji sa book we indi no. Apart from say Gabi edidi atem no. Wa unji ndino na chese o mind we umpo mind ni
okay
and that is the reason why I was say Ghana ni be ready now based on that book no ye vote massively against Dr. Bawumia because of your book no mo we must stating it clearly that there is no way mubema obi of free Ashanti region eye Ashanti ni ebeba bedi wo mo anim enti hwade omudi ye owura alanchremantin ye kukua say non akan meaning say bonia omudi omayi no wo mu po bi a obetimi abekata omu boni so enu no omudu ko fa Dr. Baomia edi bai eti a omu nyina fa ahode so wo mu kaya kan Canada Japan ni suban ni kwan omu mfa so emma Canada Japan ben ahinie nanka oman we ye nim bibi kura mi ye ndc ni nanka bibi asem de emfa no nanka uhwe the foundation omo build ya nanka Lanchramati should be on their take it now na so adwene boni eni na nado pese mi kumi nyanti no e wo se ye ma Baomi amra na enyama ye wia sika ye wia japadi ayafa abanya asase ayato aban companies are intentionally ye guno aye dia akoma kenoforiata sene be ya ombe building the financial empire no ebe ko so nti omo akofa owura spare driver Baomia se omrambe di oman so otrofo like him Ghana ni bia mpese obeti ni din no Nanado is good to go with Baomia eti mesre Ghana fo se baby ayedru no ye ni abre so me da chi be koso a ye nyim free Baomia ni achimfo ni nsem se what you say de bia omuka
achimfo a umi ni hemfo
me chebifo na se ukọ achim le mu wo chichemu bebre wo mo busomifo ni ade o mu ndi bio eye the achim family headed by Ofori Penia Nanado bank ruler woman. They are ruling us now, and we must run away from them. Other than that, Adakabre, unana no boy no, unichefa wo me yimu. Because omo yo omo se Kwame Nkrumah kredi wo mo abro. Who kind first page of the book wa? Wo mo adwiri mu no, e wo so man we wo mo na edi so. Nenya Kwame Nkrumah ni Jerry no mo ni Kufuor no mo ni Mahama no mo ni Atamesu no mo anyame afro mo. They don't have any right to rule this country. Eti afa na abedi wo mo wode a ene mo me prepare generational booker ye behwe so e dia fa o mayi ekuta.
Okay, ma unua
very very bad
bugiri of the New Patriotic Party
and abhorrent to talk about
book no as to whether it transcends the tenure of Nanado, it remains to be seen. And for now,
we part 1, part 2, part 2.
Maunia Sebek
Baomia Babetwaso, the unfinished business, no. I don't person Baomia Betwa.
Maunia Sebek Bugri Emremobi. Na honorable Yamao Atanase.
Yakroto.
I want to say,
Boko.
Yo.
Mini pay your friends,
where you Bismarck Abobi. Ayite Abobi, vice chairman of the NDC in the Ayawaso West Wugon constituency here in the Greater Accra region.
Nidino no.
Bismarck chairman Abobi.
Nyagro. Mambisa na samba. I didn't tell the elder any NDC for no see a debater. It results in personal attack. I didn't.
What am I attacking?
Meba. So Okase company MPP egu a ye di ama Ken but company ni din
say am no ka say SIC esi ho kwa edwumahu to e na esi ho ye di bibia akoma adanse we eti na me ka cho say COVID ba ya insurance in
adanse no
chairman
yes adanse na me di no
chairman ye the topic di ama
obisa ma say na me
me your comments on that
say before
America in na enterprise group na
my yentie no comments. The president of the republic says a Japa book is fake. As soon as PSA or in a fiction. Gabi says to believe it is to have your head examined. Now, what do you make of it, Honorable Bugri?
You see, in literature or in education, we drew baby to say masters. Which read there, you have to show the source. Which read A, you have to show the source. And the year where the A and the D came from. Nipa miyansa na akasa. Nipa akukudam or MPP na akasa efa book no asem. And then adanse bensu na wombium. HSS adene. For all you know, Madam Fioti hey, ene no mo party no, na mo print sa booki e dia ba out. For all you know, just to give us a bad name. For all you know,
no mo share that printed book in the abba just to give us a bad name because sabi empreduasa say ye no ye book and I ye krata ni atwa say ajapa de na ye kan yen ma out emphasis can ko printed and then we deny that it doesn't belong to us. What do you say? Because you are throwing your money away. What do you say? And to say President Akasa, Gabi Akasa, and I also want to be on Akasa. Very good. Nipa miasa Akasa. Say book na ye kanu. If you believe in it, your head has to be examined. Really? And I make an ye say book nu. It is a propaganda. Obina said that ye book in the abase. Omonya na enkanye. What do you say? So that we will get a bad name. So that you need to know ye be.
Now they are happy women there. Coincident, Anna.
Bibia won't be a fake.
Bibia won't be what's in it in a coincident, Anna.
Senate, say they think they are losing money.
No, they say no. The rising of Kofi Busumpi, rising of Kofi Busumpi to take over Senate and capture EcoBank Transnational. It was stated in the book. It has happened.
When a castle until friends EcoBank Transnational, it has been captured. It has been captured.
Yes. How? Because the plan was
where's the evidence?
Senate should take Busumpi as the Director General so that he will go to
where's the evidence?
It's in the book.
The evidence in the book that it is a planting by MPP. So, that they should rise and say, "Yam push it, Busumpi."
Yes.
Not what bar, what capture friends.
Now I take charge of EcoBank Transnational.
And I make no see no more debate. You should base it on issues.
No, me see a book.
It should be based on issues.
How Japa book?
Mami ka se me chero. Me mami ka se me chero. Hey, last me ka se me wa. NDC kotamel ko ka chero mu say. And John Mahama kwa Jiska of World Bank. Yes, opposition then leader, which is the sitting president. One sign or so one sign. Side into World Bank sikano ya amfa what to be that? Yet people internally believed it. It be no can. What's it say?
What I work
NDC for me tamale south. I was there. Me am born in Tamale. What you say? Into me person me catch out say. Me person me catch out. Then me person me catch out say. The Ghanaians you left in 2012 2016 election.
Yes.
It's not the Ghanaians you are seeing today. My propaganda no, it won't fly. It won't fly, my brother. It won't fly. Every day in day out, the Ghanaians becoming wiser. Yeah, and it ya bakroma. Until the people know. Me say by December no ebe muwa. By December this country ebe muwa. See the election they are moving winning. But me do say by December you see what happens.
But what will happen that
we'll beat with it.
What will happen in December that we will not win if we are winning today? What will happen in December that we are not?
The tide will have changed. The issues will have changed. And the dollar ever from unim sa.
What told you say?
Me say the dollar is stabilizing and it's coming down.
Probably the one from your bed, under your bed, that is stabilizing.
You are not reading. You are not reading.
We are engaged.
You are not reading. What you say? Me say by December no, you'll be shocked. You will shock you because we'll beat you with a strategy you understand. Me say by that time, all the fundamentals that you are seeing today now you say more winning about
artificial and now say natural.
And yet statistically.
There is nothing that will change unless you artificially manipulate the indicators.
Statistically, you will see that your friends, the indices all will change, and Ghanaians will believe us more than the propaganda you are doing. And to more propaganda now, my dear, it won't fly. It won't fly. Ghanaians are getting wise a day in, day out. And to book one can say, Obi Odi Bechanya sin who? Obi Odi book Bechanya see who? And Nuna, President. Any Gabi, any penny for Kuku Damaka. Obi Abakanya sin who because it's a lie. It's a lie. There might be an idea like that, but we don't have a book in that case. But who other places? KKD, Kwesi Dakwa, he had a similar book on joy. Kasa, DN.
KKD, Akasa Hopa.
Yes, Kasa.
What is that?
Me say, Sisiano is a lie.
It's not
at
a lie.
Least, but if you say it is any idea, that is our idea. What you say? Yen so near say book na mudi chairman for krata mudi chairman for and you know
a secret document have told you. So you are running away from it, but the reality is that it's happening in your government. It's happening in your government. So what are you
telling me? Say propaganda now all the years that we have been using. It won't fly.
Real.
Edian say a Busumpi na call SIC and that it has been planned say waba no. The people in Senate, sorry, the people are Senate too. They are not a yikeko. They are professionals. They have integrity. They have a name to protect. Uti ase ente ya muti outside mu kasa keke. Mu
enti adentina if what you are saying is true.
Me say
those who were there
book now so be the chair sinu who.
I don't know.
Obi abeka say book na ba na je kan sinu who. It's not true. For all you know, NDC no any other people who want to see us out of government are those who have printed this book and are brought us sorry to give us a bad
so let me give you one example.
Don't give me any example.
True or not?
Kasamiti.
The new Kasa says here all government cars are being insured by Enterprise Group. Is it right? In your wisdom, it's in the book. Is it right that should happen, or is a coincidence?
Where is the proof?
The proof is the book. We are all.
Where is it? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence?
The book.
Papa,
book in here.
Book where? Where's the chapter? Where's the line?
Okay, let me read it.
My boy, ja, mo propaganda.
Let me read it for you.
What do you say? When mu na mahyehyɛ nia na mo dia kwa nia print na mo dia ba
no
what do you say but jemu be ye biara 7th December you'll be shocked ebem says ni
who
you watch it ebem says ni and then mom dia mo be fa but by December you see how things are going to change in our tide. And let me tell you something, it is just the economic situation na yedini. What do you say? It's the economic situation na yedini. It's just an aspect of the economy. Other areas no. And one who they see what Independence Square. That alone is a game changer. My young teachers are F moving machines, only compactors, only sprinklers, no any
where obi chopo obi na akoto na mu benya mu chopo fu ekura mu de power machines no kura e be problem wo man.
My young scatter yo. Young scatter.
But say dey mu be wi anti mu beto.
You see? You should stop the propaganda.
Moment some few minutes now. Ashanti regional tracking poll in August. Say info analytics are telling us.
Musa Dankwa.
They've run a poll in the Ashanti region, and Dr. Baumia has moved downwards into the middle 60s. And then John Dramani is approaching middle 20s.
Sanity.
And Alan Martin appears stable at 9.2. Cheddar has gone down. Let's find out. Methodology, where it's coming from, and what does
even
it tell
the sampling size,
yes,
also has an effect on the research.
And Napo appeared to be dragging Dr. Baumia downwards.
Wow.
Musa Dankwa, Idi, Yamuaha.
Major so.
Now, what is saying?
Yaminadum or their chair.
Right. Ashanti Regional Opinion Poll updated August 2, 2024. Tell us, what is it about?
Yo, Midasi, Ubekaya, Omo nominated Napo early last month. No. Yet the quick opinion poll by to gauge the sentiment of Ashanti voters with regard to enthusiasm and willingness to vote MPP because of that. In that poll, about 73% of them were going to vote for MPP, and then 50% were going to vote for NDC, 9% for Alan Martin, and 2% for Nana Pascal. So after 4 weeks of campaigning and all those issues, we've made our plans for go to Ashanti region every month that we're not doing national tracking poll, just to gauge the performance of FP in that region, because that performance is very crucial for what happens in December. And also, almost 85% is it achievable and just extremely generous. So that's the reason behind the work with just Ashanti region.
So every 4 weeks, more but sample and validate views, our preferences, our Ashanti region.
Here until October. October we'll be doing that anyway as part of a national tracking poll. So we won't go there in October. We'll go there in September.
And the update from July last year, na yeah August 3 mo update no incorporating Napo yeah the buy as running mate to Dr. Baumiano. Tell us what has happened.
It's very interesting from the test I've seen. Osha Alan Semache is still on 9.9%, roughly 9.2%, barely 0.2% increase. But there has been a significant shift towards John Mahama. And Osha, he has moved from 15% to nearly 24%. And Baumia has moved from 33% to around 65%. That's a huge drop in Baumia's numbers. And also, Nana Kwambedia appears to have collapsed in the region. It's now below 1%. And the interesting thing is that Osha, where the movement came from, across all age groups, Baumia lost across all age groups, 18 to 25, 26, 35, across at various levels of loss of vote. But basically, I think the story lies, if you look at the story or the numbers from the lens of partisanship. MP before Tuma Baumia, in between period, has actually gone up. So let me just get those data.
Okay.
And we can see. The postal MPP4 are almost attractive by 0.6% between the first poll and the second poll.
I just say MPP4 here that you know come to my John Mahama no between July poll and the August poll no almost actually by 0.2%.
0.6%.
0.6%, okay.
But within MPP, no, Baumia has actually gone up by plus 2.1%.
So there's a search in the Baumia, there's a search for Baumia within the core MPP grouping.
Absolutely. So I would attribute that probably Napo within the core of MPP and Ashanti. And then Alan lost 1% within MPP. And Nana Kwambedia lost 0.5%. So all those losses, therefore, Alan and Maham went to Baumia among MPP voters. So you could argue that Napo has added 0.% to MPP base in the country. But what has that done to, let's say, to voters? Simultaneously, we have seen that Mahama has shot up by 5.5% among floating voters in the country region. And Alan has shot up 13.2% among floating in the country region.
I just say Alan at 13%, John at 5% amongst floating voters. What does it tell us?
We have seen a dramatic drop in floating voters who support Baumia. They have lost 16.6% among floating voters of Ashanti region. And Beriako lost 2.9% in Ashanti region. So one can conclude that whereas the Napo may have been a positive for MPP based in Ashanti region, it's costing MPP among floating voters in Ashanti region, who are nearly 17% of the total voters in Ashanti region.
And generally, MPP4 say almost share not less than 80 percentage points in the Ashanti region, and that when they garner 80% or more, all results from other regions will come to naught. A win, a safe win, will be for the MPP. What are we seeing from these data compared to what MPP has been telling us?
You know, I believe that the elections in December will be around this week. That's one of my margin of error. It will not be around the figure that they are quoting. Why am I saying so? Because nearly 87% of the Ashanti youth, they have made up their mind.
Indeed, we are not likely to witness any dramatic change of reference.
No. Per this day, only 3.5% said they are likely to change their mind. 3.5%.
And just about me at middle 60% votes, more of crystal.
Plus or minus the margin of 2.5%. So his best performance from this poll would be in the region of 50%. This poll.
Yeah, now, besides visiting Ashanti every month, what happens to the swing regions of Greater Accra, Central, Western North? What happens to the Zongo areas? What happens to the Northern region proper? And what happens to the 5 Northern regions?
Greater Accra, we're not enough yet to know what is going to happen in Greater Accra. So we're not going to waste money again to go back to Greater Accra. We have done quite a lot of work in Central region, and we know how Central is going to find out. So you need to continue to improve. Western region, we have a very good idea because of several programs there. Ashanti region, the reason why we're doing this for Ashanti is because of a target of 85%. Nobody has set target for Greater Accra, Central, and Western region. The target has been set for Ashanti region, and that's what we are monitoring.
So you are monitoring and working to validate it.
Yes.
Executive Director Musa Danko, I had to say any great data who thrown out. Na kwako statistics. Na yababe. MC da na MPP ni ba ko betu busa bibi. Honorable Bugri. Mr. Bugri na betu busa na bibi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Aboji yankai.
Lafiya law.
Munjima. Yo, yeah, me pesa me bisa sam kakra bi. Sampling size no. Ubetimi ama ya idea sampling size no.
Okay.
Oh, Debbie, it must be so.
Okay. I'm in Mukasta.
Okay, it is.
To determine the sample size for this poll, you use the whole voter population of Ashanti region as a parameter. Ashanti has nearly 3.3 million voters right now. So if you are doing poll in Ashanti region, that would be one of the ingredients of determining the sample size. And also, what level of confidence we want to have with this poll. We have chosen 5% confidence. So with this and the margin of error we have chosen of say 2.5%, when you feed this variable into the simulator or what we call our software that calculates how many interviews you do, it gives you that 1,690.
It is yet a year. You randomly selected 14 constituencies from the Ashanti region and then pulled them, getting a sample size of 1392, and then with a confidence level of 95% and a marginal error of 2.57%. Is that right?
Precisely.
Bugri, does it tell you any story?
I wanted, let me person or educate me. What you ask here? Let me who I have an idea of almost sampling size, how it fed into the conclusion and the findings and the friends saying discussions now. Now,
what we are saying is that if you pick randomly constantly in a country region and you deploy the same sample size we deployed this time around back in those randomly selected, not carefully selected, randomly selected, the results you will get in your survey will be within what we have gotten, plus or minus marks of error that we have put out there.
The last question. A friend saying, "Mo sampling area no areas in Ashanti region. Where do you always pick your samples from?"
We don't always. We say we randomly. We have a computer that picks the number. So if we want to go to 14 areas, we don't choose it ourselves. The computer will run through the 47 areas in Ashanti region and pick 14 for us.
Okay.
And once 14 is picked, we deploy them top 3 electoral areas of the constitution. So if you are in Bantam, which electoral areas contribute the most of votes in Bantama? Those are the areas which can put to an interview randomly.
Okay. Yadwasi Edi.
Thank you, my brother.
Right. Enti Musa Dankwa of the Global Info Analytics and
yeah.
Right. As a Napo marginal rights in support for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia in the Ashanti region, but a colossal loss in the arena of floating voters in the Ashanti region. Dear Nauka.
The Dikai Maminda friends Global Info Analytics assay for this well-informed research I have been following it. Musa Dankwa de minim pa antino. I've been following it. What you say, and I believe they are or more resource. No, I believe it. But the person can say, is it not too early to come to a conclusion? Say, Napo ye no need losses as against his gains. No, is becoming significant. Is it not too early? I think it was just. Is it 3 weeks ago? And I say a month. It's about a month. Me boy. In the year, a friend say, running mate. Me boy. On share danye juma bia say. In fact, as we speak, let me say last week we no war Eastern region. Ashanti region as we speak, me, I'm not minyanya information to the effect say campaign na nkasa ono Napo a start e wo Ashanti region. I am fan say from electoral area to electoral area was started say the was a year starting to the extent say you can come to a conclusion say oh since buy one share that Emma numbers no can as against the obeto na fan say e be so. I think that is too early to come to that conclusion. What you say? And na me catch madam for say by December no ebe to say sini. And Musa will come out to tell you, Musa Dankwa of Global Info, he will tell you that our numbers are appreciating. It's a matter of time. The next one they will do, each day, Ghanaians are getting to believe us more than the NDC because the NDC is not an alternative.
So your numbers are climbing.
If the MPP is bad, the NDC is not an alternative under the leadership of His Excellency the former President John Mahama. It's not an alternative at all. It will be worse. What you say? Yeah, say no. Mijitum say economically, the bread and butter issue, times are very tough, and it's global. It's global. Just probably Ghanaians they no as a more a chain other countries or something. What you say? But that notwithstanding, Mr. Nkrofo, by December they will see the magic. We will beat you hands down and you to shock you.
You are not beating Ghanaians.
No.
Election no. And between NDC and MPP.
Is it between what? Utianya okasenya MPP asem na oka. Utianya na MPP asem na oka. Nanya Ghanaians asem na oka.
Between MPP and Ghanaians. Because say Japa book here about all. It's not against NDC. It's against Ghanaians. The well-being.
Including MPP for no.
Very good.
Let's have see Ghanaians. So book home. Let's have my body.
My brother.
ADAKABRI. Yes, you are growing so. Free ano.
Ano patambe.
Enya najo. Ano beso kania ko agro na se. The AC Ashanti region. Yen NDC for we are comfortable. Say this time no. The people of Ashanti who say almost once you ask once. Na ko omu de na ko omu ti say omu fi say omu die mu. Eni na na do danko Akufo-Addo MPP aban. Now so aban yi ba ye impuntuo abowo mu ti se Akukọ Johnson
Ashanti region okay
enu ti na the maame nu fa ni kenten no ko dru KJT market a ohwe no wa ba na num se ade fefe be ni John Dramani Mahama
the market na
market na sam na make no market no attract businesses na ya maame nu so nim se ye badwe dia Mahama wo emma ho do onim se emma wo mu na omu bua memma ye kan konti enyama ebe ma puntu akoso no na oye ebi ni market when si wa Ashanti region kwa ukọ kotokra ba we sibi
Or say or the women's bank member.
Yes.
As opposed to Chamatin or the traders bank member.
Din nyina no a bank. But onu neni so ade hunu a Professor Nana Jeno Opoku Ajiman obey the first female vice president neni so ade hunu ora John Dramani mama agia to me say be boa e ma ni say yemfa bank imra ebe take care of a man kwa sika no ye di mfaso no be chew ye adwuma na keep mfaso no fa expand your business ni e ma 5,000 betua 5,000 enye sa busia owo na ye ma mu ko gia na ense ho ubetua wieru na je say watua scanning mo ho enti ye ba Ashanti region hwe KJT market
aiden
na hwe KJT station
aiden
na hwe Kumasi airport we nyina ye nyama owura John Dramani Mahama eda so ho daye amini wu ka sei emre bi atwam Asante hini ntimi ntu firi Kumasi hwi embassy nkwa amanoni but John Dramani Mahama started port improvement or the lighting system aeronautical light ba ye otufuo timifa private jet nana etu firi Kumasi fa eko South Africa dem bi o bia no otimiba Kumasi eba di krom ba emre bi atwam no di a plane air ko Kumasi a ye beka just say boss 6 o'clock out me land and 2 years later ye be cancel flight. These are the things we are talking about. Kumasi in Puntuo enu secondary schools are huduo
ewe cause ewe market ya mudia kasa mitie
say ba Kumasi in Puntuo
kasa mitie
enu ti na nana otufuo otu yenua napo any ba omiafo
said
munko kanu kure enchire Ghana fo
sa no kan
yes
o kan we he
na ka so munko twantro muntro na mu na no to
me say
wanti enti mami nka masem
o kan we he
o ka kire na yi na poni ba omia
we he
munko ka no kure enchire Ghana fo na Ghana fo nyira no kure entu aba no
adakabre mensere
na say ya otufo omuko pie otufo efutu odi tu wo mu no
otufo ba wan kase mo munko twantro
oh debi man ka so munko twantro mi si na say munko ka no kure enchire Ghana fo sa no kure no na ye be gira so to aba no kure no na santiman e be traso e be gira so to aba
ba na yo
ba na Ghana fo bo say oba Ghana ha say your president
enu na otumfo kan ya
Ghana bia benya bank account
enu na otumfo kan ya
na ya dro otumfo timi hwe ni mu ka say vice we twantro ba o ka je say this time amuko no munko kanu kura nchire Ghana fo mu ka chire Ghana fo so ba concrete asphalt eni ebe ye wo ma yi mu ye hu ba akokura u ka chire Ghana fo say u ba bank ni bia bank account Ghana ni bia ya wo no we di 18 years obenya bank account bisa uba anasa ye mami omo odwom se omanya bank account ana ba omia ni nanado ewie Ghana fo anim e ka kire yen se so omo ba na nyame ya adom na ye de akonwa we ma omo a Ghana ni bia ni ho a sabi toilet be hia no woni fie Ghana ni bia ni ho a insuo be hia no woni fie ni bisa se insuo no ewe hia
no ka se Ghana ni bia
yes
stop adding lies to it.
No.
I don't say no.
President can you go and say or this your breche before nkwa without generalizing it. He's a president for all.
I don't say no.
Can say obe toilet hia obia.
I don't say no wo he.
Ba obia enu mo ase.
E wo he kire.
Hia nanado e ka kire ye say oba Peace FM ha. E sorry ye say ye tisika so e come de ye. Amamuo boni nti Emma Ghana for the yebedi kura yen sanka. Ye bisana na do say si atamwa o frisono. Na tuber of yam na say. Na gallon of fuel, gallon petrol, gallon 4.5 liters no. Na 14 cedis. Say si amini uka say a liter of fuel. Diesel ni petrol and running into 15 cities. 20 petrol. What are we talking about? We are going to the election with the pain of Ghanaians. Okay, we are voting based on our pains. Okay, not about what we are going to talk about. That is not true.
Kajani say. Say ha na ni abri enye ntokwa. Where debate. What you say? The one odi atudwa. Mama bisa na sem. Hwe, won sa market here omudi I mean it's overhyped. It's overhyped.
Second phase, no. Second phase, no. No,
stop that.
After October, on top.
You don't do that. You don't do that. My honest opportunity no so nkasa. Bugiri me ntie.
Chama, ma minka se menchiro. Won interchange na ye no okwa. Jama so ko kuma se ache pa.
Me ntie wo so ya men kwa kana sem.
Interchange se ntro na wo twa no. Ese Yes,
tie wo dia.
Anya so wonim de ekoso.
Adie na ekoso se Ashanti region development
license. From a friend say buohu. You know this I don't
so I'm run about macro
exactly. Because it's progressing. In fact 3 days ago say bomia ko bolga. Only say me fitongo. I went there. Me pan here fa ho. Kumasi ko hwe. Before the end of this year, interchange, you know, it will overshadow market. No fiana omaye no wa. Omuka say omaye de bi NC da. Market no eye modern. But enye
good gusu come
say. What you say? But so in a huge agenda 111 bar, it will cancel all that. Agenda 111 na we are finishing the hospital throughout the country. 111 hospitals. New hospitals.
Come on, Parliament I need that.
Is it not ongoing? Is it not ongoing?
Can you commission one before you leave?
Yeah, team commission one.
Can you?
I didn't see any commission. Roads. Ashanti region kanu. Senye even Ashanti town. A friend say metropolis okra. Many of the districts are getting roads. Many of them are getting roads. In fact, some of them are forgotten. But recently, many of the roads are coming. Many of the roads. And what social media? I just forgot somehow. Me say about some of these things come to new roads. Yes, what we say. What you say? School blocks. System bebre in Ashanti region. What you say? Airport here okay. Jejo mama jan wo ho no. Na enye possible say otumfo betime free Kumasi akwamanoni.
Before they know to vote.
It's not possible. Before
Chama pacho yedin kadi opeso kan bi am enti
na dey no bi ba
ya me pacho bi say
en kan bi
me papa yi pa chere say
why dey nku
but chama
why dey nku
we are methodical person you
Bible na obi no be
oh please me be so sia na ba won asem
o dey be na say any
all disrupt too me ka chere say kan wo de no nka ne
me be ko tu Bible ha
enti enye dru so a na wo ko tu Bible na ono
ADAKABRI me tam no so ye na o ka so nka no me tam no so me say me catch say
so me address the listener
me say Kumasi airport na o mo ka no even the corruption involved in the lies, the amount of money that was they claim they spent in the lies, and then the quality of lies on that alone was suspect. In fact, MPP, I blame our party for some of the things because there were so many things these people should have taken them and get them jailed. But some of them will have just and now say because the wheel of justice is slow. What do you say?
So
a board chairman.
So what is the level of
a board chairman and his company is
Chama, what's the level of development? Modi ama Ashanti for no.
Ashanti. Road here. A friend say interchange me say it's just unfortunate I don't have most of the things here. Roads in Ashanti region. roads in Ashanti region. Bebre, dia Muslim put them try. Nanza Mount Society about say anytime a baba biano, and I'm in advance no roads. Schools, secondary schools blocks, secondary school bia in Ghana. Many secondary school. Anya new blocks. Okay, say near what a friend say green track, red track, no why. Who say Sisia Anua Brasi? Do you know that now just a few of the secondary schools are those that do a friend say the green and the red track? Because during the COVID time, many of the secondary schools in Ghana and new blocks. STEM schools are okay, bebre. STEM schools. Busumche will be even in Ashanti, Greater Accra, my friends, metropolitans, Kumasi metropolitans.
Okay, my name is.
So,
the level of development.
Your friends say, marketing on Kwana, Jebia, market, as a marketing, it's only modern. And so, and yeah,
Chairman, and your view, no. Level of development, Ufri say NDC tenure. What the mass and let me put the question. Level of development, NDC tenure, what the mass and ne, we be sure so the Russian mono. I mean,
yo, Ashanti for Medamase, Adakabre, Sumidawase, Adakabre, Kumasi KJT market, yeah. Tafo market, yeah. Asawase market, yeah. Atosu market, yeah. Sewa hospital, yeah. Aferi military hospital, Formana hospital, Bekwaye hospital, Asawasi Rose, yeah. Swami Rose, yeah. Chemensa Bosu constituency, yeah. Ukota for Rosa, Dr. Akoto Osei constituency, yeah. Kenyasi Rose, yeah. High school, Jinasi Road, Bonsu High School, yeah. Road, Bonsu High School Road, yeah. Uko baby ti say apramase ewa juso ye dwumadie wo ho ukọ Bekwaye township to Esiwa road yeah New Dubia say township road yeah Bekwaye township road yeah Banka community day school yeah me ba jo utie me Dujaman community day school yeah Drobonso community day school yeah Bosomtwe Oyoko Community Day School, yeah. Ukwa Adanse Fumso Community Day School, yeah. South school no. Adakabre minu kasa sisi ya yesiye a mu ba ye wo mo antoa so Adanse Fumso Katie Hammond ni constituency, yeah. Adanse Apeja Community Day School, yeah. Tepa.
One constituency.
Katie Hammond constituency.
Fumso Adanse so kwa na se wedubiase.
Adakabre,
don't shout.
So, please, don't come in.
I only ask you, say, no, Dubiasi and I.
No, and can't Dubiasi, Asokwa constituency mu.
And I'm a question.
Yes, sir, Asokwa, and I said, me cantro. Uko Tepa, Manfu Community Day School, yeah. Ejura Community Day School, yeah. Kumewu Hospital, yeah. Tepa Hospital, yeah. Konongo Hospital, yeah. Kumewu Water Supply,
yeah. Just last month, President of the Republic, Oko Eye Kumewu. Edia no Koko Ye Kumewu.
Se Oko Bibedia ni na John Dramani Mahama Kumewu Eye Hospital no. Se wako bia no dia ne.
Okay.
Wakobia ba John Dramani Mahama.
Nah, just 6 months ago, Oko a friend is saying, as Ashanti Achim Central, a Shiaim, it could be a hospital, and also so where
Ashanti
as a Konongo and Udumase in between a hospital, and so could be an air wire. And so you've been done.
Maybe Diana me count. They okay me. Right, Makabi bisa. Kumewu water supply. Edisio papa. Ebe Kumewu for. John Dramani Mama. I can mention and mention. Anything that we have
water supply and yet John Mahama.
One year.
I've been a Busame.
No, Bibisa. You are educating public.
So wouldn't be I mentioned.
No, Adakabre. John Dramani Mahama.
Mo water supply. You find the 3 case. The 3 case, you know, your call rich, and a Konongo, and a Kumawu. Dr. Dofo da who NDC mu. Okobusa Dr. Dofo. 3 cases no. Which of the NDC leaders and the chances were the 3 cases? Now for what back.
Now Obi start here. And Obi be here. John Dramani Mama. Does John Dramani Mama has anything to do with the Kumewu water supply? So being a starting here now or Bano Abeya. Missing wire. Just ya who can say another wako commission is Yobi. Hospital be. You are trying to give credit. No. Ukru no.
Chairman. So yeah, na ma yem pedal unsubstantiated. I may say,
falsehood.
Menka falsehood statements. I was say, me mama clue. Mr. Koko Busa, Dr. Kwabnado about the 3 case road rage on a water supply system. Now Koko pe Alaji Collins Dawuda. Koko Busa. Why?
What more you NDC for? Who should we give the credit? Who should we give the credit? They are NDC project.
Honorable Bugri, final comment.
On said yes, yeah, what ye the phone now. Well, list a number of projects.
Also list.
Meba. To was in debate. If your opponent is not really giving facts, you need to disprove them. What you say? In 2012 election. Oh, my idea pa. Niama wabu so nyina my idea. Adenti ne vote to out. Somewhat may win and you lost massively. A BC were gonna had
because numbers almost sorry.
A BC were gonna had over 1 million votes. You lost to Ghanaians. That alone is a disgrace. Your leader.
It's not a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. A BC were gonna had why you
the voice of the people.
Why you? Yes, the voice of people say you with all the it is disapproval of what you claim you have done and which art is here. Udi who say moi say you lost over one. That's a moment. I'm saying me say
unya final comments.
Me what you say now why are the point now the person me catch and say and na make Ghanaians omaniate which each person they be Ghanaians are becoming wiser. They are able to evaluate what you say omotimi asusu ensuo and ensa. They are able to evaluate the two and are able to come to a conclusion. Say this particular party, maybe things will be difficult for them for now. Now, udi amamuni show munza. Baumia onyanye bida. Yesi nanadu abai yankase baumia abai. Baumia is a running mate. This government is Nanado's government.
Okay,
it's not Baumia's government.
All right.
John Mahama had an opportunity. He has been there for 8 years. He was in charge. Our flag bearer was never in charge. There are certain decisions here. One to minka.
Okay.
What you say? And Ghanaians the opportunity remember. I'm not say.
Okay, Bugri.
Ghana hanu yebetimi.
Okay, but unya final comment. If you said the time the man in no wajimu kota afa.
ADAKABRI information now the man. Kweuta Fokonongo Kumewu water project. First phase was completed in 2015 and the second phase was completed in 2017. You are
one cancer. Macho nipa kokobusa no break.
Me kokobusa no now ukuta information from my having.
Me se kokobusa. I say that say busa Alaji Dawuda and I say busa your friend say Dr. Kwabnado.
They were all NDC people from the 28
Kwabnado for no a minister.
No
na vede baby mesi kobusa no so koko gina eye kwa pepiase e dia asem na Kwabnado fo ko gina kwa pepiase Easter o kan why ask ni nyina yensua bibi o gina ho no kan bibi eti ade no
kan say this your papa e dia fo koko no
right eti yapon you pass that from NDC chairman for Ayawaso West Wogon chairman Bismarck aite abon bi and then young pastor that's a big Bugri of the New Patriotic Party. Such a wonderful Friday evening. Sorry, na yes, sorry, no. Abna Moye, and Lakoku Michael, and now DJ Foreigner, and now Omobeba, DJ Mediano, Ebebre. Who's in it? 100.9 FM.